The following is a presentation of Yankton Baseball on KYNT, your home team for Yankton Athletics. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Hy-Vee, Dakota Beverage, The Boathouse, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, the UPS Store, First Dakota National Bank, Yankton Medical Clinic, FNBO, Avera, Olson's Pest Technicians, Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance, First Chiropractic Centers, Larry's Heating and Cooling, Dole Distributing, Missouri River Associates, Vision Real Estate, Mason Schramm and the Move Group, MT&RC Smith Insurance, and Vision Care Associates. Now we go live to the field for Yankton Baseball on KYNT.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Riverside Field in Yankton, South Dakota. It is day number 2 of the Lewis and Clark Legion Baseball Classic here at Riverside, one of 4 pools in, I wanted to say in South Dakota, but it's 2 in South Dakota, 2 in Nebraska, all in the southeast-northeast corridor, depending on which state you're in, is Hartington, Crofton, Vermilion, and Yankton, all hosting pools. 5 teams per pool, 20 teams total. The winner of each pool goes on to Championship Sunday in a single elimination 4-team tournament. And Josh, Yankton put themselves in a good position to take the championship spot from the Yankton pool. Forgot to mention, Brayden Butler, Josh Boelter on the call for you today here on KYNT and KYNTV. This is your Hy-Vee pregame show. But Josh, Yankton really put themselves in the driver's seat. A couple wins today, or even just one win today, might be enough to get them into Championship Sunday, but 2 would guarantee it.
Yeah, really took care of business yesterday. You know, some late inning dramatics in that first game against the 79ers to start the day, and then, of course, handled business once again against West Fargo last night with a big victory there, and really kind of dominated that game and looked really good. Now, once again, like you said, put themselves in a good position to handle business here today.
We'll go over yesterday's games more when we talk about our stats in focus later on from Vision Care Associates, but just the broader scope of things. It was 2 different games, and Coach Drew Lawrence in our post-game interview from last night's matchup with West Fargo kind of reiterated that in that interview, talking about, they didn't play their best baseball in Game 1. They made too many mistakes. It wasn't what Yankton's usually used to. They didn't make any excuses about it being early in the morning or anything. Just that just is what it is, and they really cleaned it up yesterday in game number 2. And they're looking to have more of a game 2, less of a game 1 out in the field when it comes to those mistakes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There were a couple big errors there, as well as some base running things where a couple runners got caught being a little aggressive on the paths, trying to steal a couple runs there in a close game, which we know Yankton likes to do. It's kind of, like I said yesterday, it's like watching the Lions go for it on 4th down with Dan Campbell. It's frustrating sometimes, but you also know that's their style of play and how they want to win and how they get things done. So, yeah, just a couple of things they needed to clean up, and it looked a lot better in Game 2 against West Fargo. We'll see if that translates into more momentum today against Blair.
And looking at this opening game against Blair, Yankton will be without their starting catcher. Gavin Johnson left with an injury yesterday. He's not listed on the starting lineup today for game number 1. So Caden Hunoff will get the start behind the plate. We'll talk more about the full starting lineups a little later on. But this is your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, where there's a hopeful smile in every aisle. Big thanks to some of our Sportscaster Club members for helping make this broadcast possible, including America's Best Realty. If you're ready to stop renting and start owning, whether you're looking to upgrade or buy your first home, America's Best Realty is here to help you unlock the American dream. Call them today at 260-1600. And Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. When we come back, we're going to take a look at yesterday's games for Yankton Post 12, and we'll also kind of give a wrap-up of how the whole classic is looking through the 4 pools in Hartington, Yankton, Vermilion, and Crofton. That's coming up in 3 minutes here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. We're back after this break. KYNT, KYNTV.
Looking for the perfect pair of glasses? At Vision Care Associates, we've got you covered. Step into our showroom and discover our vast selection from timeless classics to the latest trends. With several styles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect match for your look. Experience personalized service and expert care, whether you need help finding the right frame or adjusting your new glasses for the perfect fit.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Ready to build your next project, but can't get anyone to show up or even give you a quote? Call John Kopp, owner of Kopp Building Innovations. He will show up and he will make sure you are happy with your project. Trust in Kopp Building Innovations. KBI is an authorized WIC builder offering custom solutions. Whether you need a residential garage, an agricultural pole barn, or a commercial building, we will work with you. For more information or to get a quote, visit koppbuildings.com.
Spring is here and the games are just getting started. From baseball season in full swing to NHL and even golf, At the Bar has it all on. Add in local matchups and more, and there's always a game worth watching. With TVs everywhere and a welcoming hometown feel, it's the perfect place to kick back and enjoy the game. So bring your friends, settle in, and be part of the crowd, where every cheer feels a little louder and every moment a little better together. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the Bar in downtown Yankton.
Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton is a proud supporter of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles. Hi, this is Whitney Devine. If you're looking for protection that fits your life, call me or Travis. We make coverage simple. Whether it's your home, car, or farm, we take time to understand your needs and find the right plan at the right price. You'll get personal service, trusted advice, and peace of mind knowing we're right here in Yankton. Call Midwest Insurance Agency in Yankton today to schedule your appointment.
I love 1919 root beer. It's the best over a big scoop of vanilla ice cream. My favorite is just ice cold 1919 poured over crunchy ice. It's so refreshing. It's the creamiest root beer ever.
1919 root beer is the perfect treat. Brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients. It's the creamiest, full-bodied, alcohol and caffeine-free draft root beer available. It's a taste tradition since, well, 1919.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. This is your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're live from your Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express broadcast booth. Get great rates and flexible reservation changes by calling either hotel direct. They're in Yankton. That's the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Brayden Butler and Josh Boelter on the call for you today for the Lewis and Clark Classic. And we're going to take a look back at yesterday's games for Yankton, as it was two different outcomes. One, you needed a walk-off, and the other one pretty much cruise control throughout that one, a 6-run win. But two games that were important for post-12, especially when you realize tiebreakers scenarios, if they need to come down to it, run differential will play a factor. I believe it's fewest runs allowed, most runs scored, overall run differential are your three tiebreakers after head-to-head matchups, obviously. If you get through all that and you're still tied up with some teams, they go to a coin flip. So it should be it should be interesting to see how that shakes out today here in Yankton, as I realize why I was going to go into the updates about the pools around the Lewis and Clark Classic, Josh, and like, why aren't they updated? My computer is not connected to the internet. That's why it hasn't updated. So I will connect to the internet quick, and hopefully I can get that updated for you quickly.
Meanwhile, looking at it, you mentioned a couple of those games yesterday. That first one, obviously, some really good numbers, even despite the close game there. I mean, Sam Goki had 2 hits with a triple and an RBI. Carter Boomsma with 3 hits and an RBI. Christian Weir with the late inning heroics. So, yeah, like you said, a couple of different games, but Yankton, at the end of the day, 2-0 so far in the Classic, and obviously looking to improve that here this morning against Blair. An important game here, as every game is in the Lewis and Clark Classic, but one of those that, if Yankton happens to drop it, it could really kind of muck up the standings here going into the rest of the day.
We do have now updates from around all 4 pools. Every pool has at least one 2-0 team, Josh, and the the Vermilion pool currently has 2 2-0 teams, J.C. Brager and Sioux Falls West, both 2-0, and they will play each other at 2 p.m. today over in Vermilion. And their run differential basically even as well. J.C. Brager has outscored their opponents 20-2. Sioux Falls West has outscored their opponents 19-2. But here are the pod standings or pool standings so far. Yankton sits at 2-0 in the Yankton pool with 13 runs scored, 6 runs allowed. Blair, Watertown, and West Fargo all three 1-1, and then Scotland, Menlo, Freeman, Canastota. That's the post 152 79ers. They sit at 0-2. In the Vermilion pool, your two teams at the top, J.C. Brager and Sioux Falls West, are both 2-0. West Central at 1-1. Vermilion and Del Rapids both 0-2. In the Crofton pool, Madison sits atop the heap right now, 2-0 for them. 1-1 each for Sioux Falls East, Tabor, and Mitchell, and then 0-2 for the host, Crofton. And in the Hardington pool, it is Seward at 2-0. They've outscored their opponents 17-3 through their first 2 games. 1-1 each for Dakota Valley, Hardington, and Parkston. And then 0-2 for Renner in that one. So right now, if everything ended right now, it would be Seward making it out of the Hardington pool, Madison making it out of the Crofton pool. Because they haven't played head-to-head, it would go to most runs scored, and technically J.C. Brager would beat out Sioux Falls West, but those two teams will play today, and Yankton currently in the driver's seat in the Yankton pool. Let's call that your standings review today, courtesy of Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland State Farm. We went over a couple numbers as well from the opening games yesterday for Yankton. Those are your stats in focus, courtesy of Vision Care Associates. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. They're located at 2701 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton, or over the phone at 665-2020. I always got to remind myself of the address, but never got to remind myself of the phone number. That's just, once again, perfect number for an eye care clinic at 2020. But, yeah, so that's your stats in focus and your standings review here on KYNT. Also want to give a shout-out quickly to the fans of the game from Triple Time Rudy's. Whether you're traveling to a home or an away game, be sure to fill up at Triple Time Rudy's, located at 1606 Broadway Avenue. As I was getting some pregame snacks, as you can see over here, and I have 2 more drinks in the freezer behind us.
Yes.
I'm well prepared today. But
Monster energy drink and some water. Let's go.
And some Powerade.
And some Powerade.
We got a little bit of everything. We got a mix.
Touching all the bases.
We got a good mix over here. I'm just missing like a Coca-Cola or something, but please sponsor me. Anyway, but as I was getting some pregame snacks, Josh ran into a fan from Blair. So fans are already here from Blair. I know Yankton fans will show out today. Expecting a bigger crowd today, even though it's an early morning game because Saturday instead of Friday, weekend times here at Riverside Field. But fans of the game, once again, courtesy of Triple Time Rudy's. We're going to go back to break here on KYNT and KYN-TV. When we come back, we're going to start talking about keys to the game for Yankton Post 12. This is Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball and the Lewis and Clark Classic. KYNT, KYN-TV. We're back in 3 minutes.
The Boathouse in Yankton is for everyone. They have axe throwing, sports simulators, skee ball, shuffleboard, beanbags, pool, and darts, plus awesome drinks with lots of cold craft beers, seltzers, wines, and great non-alcoholic options. Try their burgers, pizza burgers, wings, fish, chicken strips, and more. Check out trivia on Tuesdays, free axe throwing tournaments on Wednesdays, and live music on Fridays. Some say it's the most fun you can have on land, so head to the Boathouse, downtown Yankton's fun gathering place for all ages.
Being wiser means peace of mind, especially when it comes to your home's comfort. Today's heating and cooling systems are advanced with technology designed to work smarter. Peace of mind means knowing the company you call understands that technology and has the experience to get it right. For nearly 80 years, Kaiser Heating and Cooling has been trusted with knowledgeable technicians and a commitment to doing the job right. So be the wiser and go with Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Credit union people are my people, dreaming big, keeping life simple, saving smart, living free at Explorers Credit Union. You're just like me. We chart new trails, we stand tall, together we rise, together we call. Credit union people are my people, it's true, and I found my crew at Explorers CU. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit explorerscu.com to join the journey today.
There's a difference when a convenience store is locally owned. and you feel it the moment you stop at Triple Time Rudy's. You'll get great quality fuel to keep you on the move, plus local and regional favorites like Dimmick Cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner Lockers. It's the kind of place that's convenient and connected to your community. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling your community.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can. For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It is Keys time here on your Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee was a helpful smile in every aisle. Keys to the game, courtesy of Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Visit igotvision.com. 3 keys today, 2 of them similar to yesterday, Josh, and that's kind of just how it is usually in the game of baseball with Yankton Post-12, whether it's the high school or the summer season. You got to play clean defensively, and you got to have that effective base running that Yankton is known for. Third key today, you're in the driver's seat. You control your own destiny. You are the only team in the Yankton pool that does not need help to make it to Championship Sunday. You just have to take care of your own business.
Right, the advantage of going 2-0 on day one, right? That's one of those, they got to just keep winning here, and if they can keep everything in front of them, got a real chance here to be the winner of this Yankton pod. Obviously, still a lot up in the air with 3 one-loss teams in this pool. A lot of things could happen here. You know, West Fargo sitting at 1-1, Blair 1-1, obviously in Watertown as well. And Yankton will see 2 of those teams today, and you know, just take care of business. And like you said, they control their own destiny. As for the other 2, we kind of touched on them in the open. Those really are staples of this Yankton team. Play clean baseball and be aggressive on the base pass is what this team wants to do to get wins.
This Blair team's going to come out hungry this morning, Josh. They're at 1-1, Yankton at 2-0. If Yankton defeats Blair, there is no scenario where Blair makes it to Championship Sunday. This is basically an elimination game for them. They want to keep their Lewis and Clark Classic alive in a crucial game number 1 here today. Yankton, for what the schedule for today, for those who may not be aware of how things will work in the Yankton pod, our first game today, Yankton against Blair, is set for a first pitch in about 12 minutes. Blair will then play West Fargo, scheduled for 11:45 a.m. opening pitch. West Fargo will then take on Scotland Minnow Freeman Canastota at 2 p.m. At 4:15 p.m., Scotland Minnow Freeman Canastota will play Watertown. And then our last game of the day, 6:30 p.m. first pitch. 6 p.m. right now, scheduled pregame. They were pretty close to on time yesterday, so that should be how it shakes out again today. But Yankton and Watertown in a final game of the day, and that could have a lot of implications depending on the outcome of Watertown against Scotland Minnow Freeman Canastota, and especially in the other games that West Fargo has today between Blair and their matchup with the 79ers. So there's a lot of moving parts. Obviously, Blair, Watertown, and West Fargo all 1-1, all trying to secure a spot where they could win a tiebreaker or even outright get into Championship Sunday. Yankton in the driver's seat, and Scotland Minnow Freeman Canastota not technically eliminated as of right now. Every team could end up 2-2, but they would definitely need to score quite a bit of runs in their 2 games today and beat a couple tough teams in West Fargo and Watertown. So every team technically still alive at this moment.
Yeah, need a little bit of chaos for that scenario, which would be fun. I know obviously we'd be calling 2 Yankton losses here today, but chaos scenarios are always fun. But yeah, like you said, Yankton has everything in front of him here in terms of the Lewis and Clark Classic, and can start right here, right away, and make a statement here in the morning against Blair.
Key player of the game, courtesy of Missouri River Associates. At Missouri River Associates, their office is local. They know your name, and your home, auto, and family are important to them. I know we've talked about this guy a lot, but it's hard not to. Sam Goki, your key player today, back-to-back Class A High School Player of the Year, and just yesterday, Josh, he was announced as one of 2 recipients of the Kyle Mueller Memorial Scholarship here for Yankton Post-12 as well. Of course, a tragic car accident took Kyle Mueller's life back in 2019, and they give out a scholarship every year during Lewis and Clark Classic in memory of him. And Sam Goki, along with Carter Boomsma, were the 2 recipients of that yesterday.
Yeah, and once again with Sam Goki, talk about an incredible player, really good guy too, and obviously that scholarship means a lot, and what Kyle Mueller meant to this area and to the YBA and to this, obviously now with this pool and his memory in this classic. But, Sam Goki's an incredible ball player. We saw his impact again yesterday. He had a triple and double in game one and continued doing what he does. And if you believe some teases that we've heard in the post game last night, probably a real chance we see him later tonight on the mound. But for today in game one, getting the start at third base here for post 12.
It's your key player of the game, courtesy of Missouri River Associates. Officials of the game from the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the diamond. I do not have who the umpires are going to be today. We unfortunately rarely get those names, but they should do a great job as always here at Riverside Field. We're going to go to break, come back in 3 minutes, and we'll have your starting lineups, courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. Check that. We're getting pretty close to the national anthem, so just 2 minutes, and we'll come back and have your starting lineups. 2-minute break, and we're back from Riverside Field.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Life doesn't slow down for injuries, and neither should your care. With Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care, you can be seen quickly, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. No referrals, no long waits, just experienced, highly trained surgeons ready to help you heal and get back to what you love. And because we live right here in Yankton, your care stays close to home. I'm Dr. Jeremy Kudera, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Buying your first home? That's a big moment. A happy, feel-good, when's the housewarming party moment. When you're ready to look for a home, start with a local FNBO mortgage lender. We're here to answer questions, personalize the experience, and share our expertise so you can focus on your search. Start your application and get pre-qualified now at fnbo.com. Your mortgage moment is just around the corner, and FNBO will be there every step. Visit our nearest branch or go to fnbo.com. FNBO is an equal housing lender.
In Yankton, community means everything, and at Wilson Trailer, it's the heart of what they do. They're more than manufacturers, they're your neighbors. From sponsoring the Bucks and Gazelles to supporting the next generation of farmers and builders, they're proud to give back to the place they call home. For over a century, Wilson Trailer has stood strong, steady, and rooted in community. Because when Yankton thrives, we all move forward. Wilson Trailer in Yankton. Learn more at wilsontrailer.com.
Welcome back here on KYNC and KYNCV. It's time for your starting lineups, courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. A couple changes in the starters today for both these teams, especially for Yankton. I can't really say much for Blair, but definitely changes for Yankton in their starting lineups today. Now realizing I lied earlier, I now see who one of the umpires is. John Thayer will be one of our umpires today. I do recognize one of them.
Oh boy!
so I don't recognize
Johnny T.
I don't recognize the other one, but it looks like that's John Thayer, right? I'm not wrong.
No, I think so. I should text him. Be like, hey, call it fair out there, Blue.
Good game today, Blue. Just in the pregame. But so there's one of your umpires of the game from the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. But starting lineups for First Chiropractic Centers, some changes in the Yankton lineup. So if you want to start there, Josh, with how they're going to line things up today, and it starts with Jackson Kudera on the mound.
All right, yeah, Jackson Kudera on the mound for Yankton today. Looking at the rest of the lineup, batting first and playing over at short, it's Beck Reichen. Batting second, playing third base, Sam Goki. Designated hitter today and batting three is Easton Fieser. Over at first base and batting cleanup, Liam Villanueva. Out in right field and batting fifth, Christian Weir, last night's Game 1 hero. Batting sixth and playing at second base, kind of an unusual spot for this man as well as Simon Kampshoff. Brendan Gilmore is going to get the start in left field and bat seventh. Caden Hunoff, once again we mentioned with the Gavin Johnson injury, is going to start at catcher and bat eighth. He started Game 1 yesterday. And then also who started Game 1 and will be in the lineup here in center field is Boston Frick.
Your subs that are listed available today for Yankton: Carter Boomsma, Ryan Turner, and Tate Bestie. How is post 154, Blair? out of Nebraska. How are they looking for their starting lineup today?
Batting first and playing over at short, it's Carter Saylor. Batting second over at second is Nate Murray. Batting third and over at third base is Josh Stevenson. Batting fourth and playing in center field is Andrew Korth. Batting fifth and over in left field is Parker Jennings. Batting sixth and handling the pitching duties today, it's Hans Sorensen. Batting seventh and playing in right field, Max Rump. Batting eighth, the catcher, Colton Shear. And then batting ninth over at first base is Aiden McBreen.
Looking at the available subs for Blair as well, Gavin Chira, Colton Flynn, McCoy Kosh, and Tucker Stroyahan. I hope I said that right. My apologies if I did not. And we got anybody listening from Blair, I will try my best. I apologize. But those are who's available today in your starting lineups, courtesy of First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. They're about to announce those starters here at Riverside Field, then have your national anthem, and we'll be back with your opening pitch, courtesy of the Boathouse. The Boathouse in Yankton offers axe throwing, mini bowling, darts, pool, plus awesome food and drinks, and of course, many TVs to watch all sports. Back in a couple minutes with your opening pitch of game number 3 of the Lewis and Clark Classic for Yankton Post 12. I'm Brayden Butler. Back in a couple minutes.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Have a craving for wings or delicious burgers or Pivo fries? Come sink your teeth into the mouth-watering burgers and wings at Checkers Sports Bar and Grill in Yankton. With a menu that's flavor frenzy, there's something for every fan. Grab your friends, bring your family, and head down to Checkers. Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is Yankton's favorite spot for food, friends, and sports. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Your game days belong at Checkers.
Need custom clothing for your team, fundraiser, business, or event? Let JJ Benji's make it easy. Forget about taking orders, collecting money, and handing out shirts yourself. JJ Benji's handles everything for you. They create a custom online store with the merchandise you want to offer. Items are ordered and paid for online, and JJ Benji's ships the items directly to them. All you have to do is share the link or QR code. That's it. Contact JJ Benji's in Yankton to learn more about it.
I'm Colby Cookta, one of your Yankton Edward Jones financial advisors. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles on KYNT.
Call 605-653-4860 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
I'm Colby Cookta, financial advisor Edward Jones Yankton, member SIPC.
At Mount Marty University, students get real support and real opportunities.
Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm a business major at Mount Marty University. The professors here at Mount Marty are just amazing. They're very good about supporting me through future internships and jobs that they try and line me up with, and they also provide real life experiences in the classroom through projects and speakers and things like that.
Start your journey online at mountmarty.edu.
Did you ever hear that termites only swarm to feed and mate during the springtime? Well, that's just a myth. Here's the fact. While they do swarm to mate in the spring, termites eat wood 24/7 year-round. In fact, termites cause an average of $5 billion in property damage every year, and that's no myth. A pest professional is your best defense against the devastation rodents, termites, roaches, and ants can cause to your home and family.
Olson Pest Technicians, 1-800-KIL-BUGS.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping,
chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Your starting pitcher today, Jackson Kudera, on the mound for Yankton. We've seen him pitch in the spring season and I think even once already in the summer season, Josh, but never as a starter, if memory serves me right. If you got his high school stats over there, what did he look like in the spring year?
Yeah, he did pitch in 3 games. No starts, like you said, 4 2/3 innings, had a 4.5 ERA, 5 strikeouts as well, and gave up 3 earned runs. So some limited action for for Jackson Kudera here this year, and getting the chance to start here in game 1 today.
For the not quite a sophomore anymore. It's always weird in the summer season. When do we officially turn the page and start calling these guys juniors?
Can we call him a June Moore?
June Moore?
I don't like that. I'm gonna find something.
He's in the weird in between.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
it is what it is.
We got some baseball to play here with game 1 of day 2 of the Lewis and Clark Classic, and should be a good one here, Brayden.
Should be interesting to say the least today. I mean, 5 games today. This is game 6 of the Yankton pool. Carter Saylor will lead things off in the batter's box as Kudera goes into his windup for the opening pitch. And it's sent into left field. A leadoff single at least for Carter Saylor. He's going to take the turn and put on the brakes as Carter Boomsma tracked it down over in left field. But first pitch swinging and first pitch base knock for Saylor.
And you said it in the pregame, Brayden. This basically serves as an elimination game for Blair. They need this one to be in contention to advance to Sunday, and that showed in that first at-bat. Aggressive first pitch swinging for Carter Saylor, the leadoff man, and it pays off as he's on base to start.
Let's go, Murray. Let's go, John.
First pitch of the second at-bat is in there for strike 1, so hasn't thrown a ball yet through his first 2 pitches for Jackson Kudera. Just first pitch swinging and a base knock for Carter Saylor. Got the game started on the wrong foot for the sophomore.
And he caught that inside corner of the plate there on that one. That one's just a bit outside, even the count at 1 apiece. But yeah, for Kudera, that's the key. Just find a way to get outs and give Yankton some length in this game if he can, potentially, with obviously another game tonight. And then we'll see what happens Sunday. And then, of course, they have a doubleheader next week as well. So keep an eye on things. That one is hit out into center field and down for a hit.
Yeah, nice hit and run there for Blair. A good sold the fake in center field a little bit. Did Boston Frick like he was going to bring that in. So that pulled the reins on Carter Saylor a little bit. If Frick doesn't do that, Saylor's probably on third right now because that was a hit and run situation.
Absolutely, and once again, just a couple nice base hits here for Blair to start. They're rolling here once again, knowing that they already took a loss yesterday and need to get a win. You see that and how they're playing so far with a couple base hits to start.
Kudera comes set on the mound for the first pitch to the third hitter of the first inning. That one's in there for strike 1. 2 runners on, nobody out. This is Josh Stevenson, the third baseman at the plate for Blair.
Yeah, with some nice locks, too. Got the longer hair going here and rocking and rolling on a Saturday.
Got the flow dripping out the back of the helmet. Here's the 0-1 home. Chopper to left side of the infield. Off the glove of Beck Reich, and Saylor's going to take the turn at third. It's going to end up being a run scored for Blair. They push their first run across in the top of the first. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Let's see if they should rule that as a hit. It was a tough play, a sliding to his right there for Beck Reich, and just couldn't quite get the glove on it. Does go down as a hit and an RBI for Stevenson.
Yeah, once again, just 3 at-bats, 3 base hits here, and Blair on the board early. We saw this a little bit yesterday, maybe not in the hit department, but same in that first game against the 79ers where got out to an aggressive first inning against Yankton. Yankton was able to respond, but right now, Kudera in some trouble here.
Got some wise words from back in the booth. This is straight from Dave. You become the next class as soon as the school says you passed the previous class. So during the summer, a kid should be called the class they're going into in the fall.
There you go.
So Jackson Kudera is a junior on the mound. Thanks, Dave.
I was going to say, yeah, I know that's right. My only hang-up is, do we call him a senior twice then? Like, do you know what I mean? I guess graduated.
All these graduates
Yeah.
on the field, like Beck Reichen at short, Sam Goki at third.
Or do we call him a freshman again?
Well, I mean, the two guys I just listed are playing college ball. As another pitch, ground to the left side of the infield. Reichen up with it this time, and there's the first out of the inning. Nice run there from Beck Reichen for the 6-3 putout, but runners advance to second and third on the infield grounder. So 2 runners in scoring position, and Blair with only run out and a traditional double play ball off the cards with first base open.
Right, runners advance there, but I think for Cooter, it's just nice to see an out on the board. Reichen ran up on that one and made a really nice play. Throw was really good too, and got that first out. Now for Cooter, it's about limiting damage. You need some kind of a strikeout or maybe an infield fly here. Anything that basically won't advance either of those runners on second and third.
This one's sent out to center field. Frick backpedaling. He'll grab it in center. It's going to go as a sac fly RBI as the run scores from third. 2-0. Blair leads here in the top of inning number 1.
And that's once again what I was talking about there. You give that sac fly up, but once again, now you're just out and out away from getting out of this inning. Hopefully for Cooter, gives up a couple runs, but nothing out of reach here for Yankton so far. And Cooter has a real chance to limit this damage if he can get out of it with this at bat.
I was really hoping the classification thing for students was kind of like a Schrodinger's cat situation where they're neither a sophomore nor a junior. Familiar with Schrodinger's cat? Schrodinger's box?
I can't say I've spent a lot of time with that one. Please tell us more.
I guess the theory basically goes if you put a cat in the cat or something in a box and close the lid, the cat is neither dead nor alive until you observe the cat, because you can't see it, so it's neither nor until you observe it.
It's not my favorite.
It's kind of a messed up, but it is
not
what
my
it is.
favorite. Because the cat's still alive unless they're not.
Because you don't know, because the box is closed. You can't confirm. They're neither nor until you confirm. It's an 0-2 count.
I was going to say, we're playing baseball today. How about that?
9:30 a.m. first pitch should be illegal.
It should. This is like the MLB Peacock games at 10:35 in the morning, and you're just like, why?
It's a 1-2 count from Jackson Cooter here as Caden Hunoff goes out to talk to him a bit up on the mound. It's a lefty up at the plate in Sorensen. It's Hans Sorensen for Blair. He finds himself in a 1-2 count, and he's swinging ball back up the middle. Grabbed by Kamshoff at second base. Bobbled it a little bit. Good stretch at first, though, for Liam Villanueva. What a play over at first base. Gets the out, but some damage done. Runner gets stranded on base, but Blair leads 2-0 after the first inning of play. This inning break courtesy of Avera. We're back with the Yankton Bats in 1 minute as they trail 2-0 to Blair.
Do you struggle with dry contacts? At Vision Care Associates, we have a great option. Infused contact lenses by Bosch & Lomb. Infused lenses are designed to ensure that your eyes stay hydrated and irritation-free, even after a full day of wear. Our doctors specialize in fitting these lenses for maximum comfort and optimal vision. Schedule your consultation and experience the all-day comfort and crisp, clear vision you deserve.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
At H&H Roofing, we don't just fix roofs, we protect families. We're family-owned, locally operated, and dedicated to keeping our community safe and dry. Every nail, every shingle, every handshake, it all matters to us. From repairs to full roof replacements, we treat every home like it's our own. Because when your home is secure, we feel secure. For honest work and dependable results, trust the local team that cares. Call H&H Roofing in Yankton today. We've got you covered.
The SureCo exclusive SureLink wireless remote system features the most advanced industrial Bluetooth technology and best-in-class express operation. Operate any SureCo electric product with the SureLink Pro and EZR remotes, or with your smartphone using the SureLink app. To learn more, contact your authorized SureCo distributor or find us at sureco.com. Demand the best. Demand SureCo.
When you make the right decision, it feels good. like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision too. That's why State Farm agent Rhonda Westland is right here in Yankton to help you select the right protection at the right price. Rhonda will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. With State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, it's easy to make the right choice. Just call her. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYNTV. Beck Reich going to lead things off in the bottom of the first for Yankton. It's Hans Sorensen on the mound for Blair as they lead 2-0. And Josh, I was a little wrong on the Schrodinger's cat thing that I was talking about. It's not that it's neither dead nor alive. It is actually both at the same time.
Ah, yes.
Until you observe it. So until you have evidence confirming one way or the other, it's both, I guess.
Yeah, and as a big Schrodinger's box theory fan, yeah, that sounds right.
So, all this to say, Jackson Kudera is both a sophomore and a junior.
How about that?
That's the joke I was trying to get to in the top of the first. We finally got there in the bottom of the first. Now we can get back to baseball as Beck Reichen finds himself in an 0-2 count after the opening 2 pitches from Hans Sorensen. A first pitch strike and then a foul ball on the second one.
Yeah, and Beck did hit leadoff as he is going to strike out there on a wild throw down. Did hit leadoff in the high school season. Was batting cleanup here so far early into the Legion season with the Gavin Johnson injury, who usually bats leadoff here in the Legion season. They had to switch that back up. So Beck will be handling the leadoff duties today. But a guy, Brayden, who it feels like no matter what happened, he's batting second. It's Sam Goki now at the plate.
And he's, like you said, been in this spot all year long. And the guy behind him in the order as well, Easton Fieser, has also been batting third all year. And that is ruled a foul ball.
Yeah, ruled a foul ball down the third base line. Love to see the exit velo on that one. That one was moving fast off the bat.
You gotta get the advanced metrics up here. We need exit velo and launch angle and.
Let's say, just a hunch. Do you think they measure those here? Probably not.
The only thing they measure is how far the ball goes sometimes, and the answer is usually just far.
Yes.
This one popped up into center field. Center fielder gets underneath of it and gloves it for out number 2. That's Korth out in center for the second out of the bottom of the first. Sorensen making quick work here. 2 up, 2 down. He's only thrown 6 pitches. He's got 1 punch out as well, as that brings Easton Fieser to the plate.
I think my favorite one that we mentioned, you talk about measuring the ball. I love that, if you remember old sports director Scott Kustra, he had a calculator in his head. He'd hit and be like, oh, that's 375. And it was usually pretty spot on back when he was doing these games, and obviously did them here KYNT for a very long time.
When you have the analytical brain that he does and how long he did it, is this one's popped up in foul territory and actually gloved by the third baseman. Good play for Stevenson there. And 1, 2, 3 go the Bucks in the go
post 12.
1, 2, 3 goes post 12 in the bottom of the first. As 2-0 is your score. Yankton trails Blair. Jackson Kudera back on the mound when we return in 60 seconds. This inning break, courtesy of Avera. We're back in 1 minute. This is post 12 Legion Baseball KYNT, KYNTV.
It's easy to fall into the weekend warrior routine. A long hike, a hard gym session, a pickup game, or a full day of yard work can feel productive until your body reminds you it hasn't been building up to that load. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Injuries often happen when the demand suddenly outpaces what your joints and muscles are prepared for. Want to stay active without the setbacks? Visit First Chiropractic Centers today with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
Clean, inspect, test, repeat. That sums up a Comfort Care Club membership at Larry's Heating and Cooling. In the spring and fall, Larry's will come to your home to clean, inspect, and test your heating or cooling system. And also as a member of Larry's Comfort Care Club, you get discounts on parts and labor, priority service scheduling, and no overtime charges. Clean, inspect, and test. Repeat. The Comfort Care Club from Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYNTV. 1-0 count to start things off here in the top of inning number 2 as Kudera misses the zone on his first pitch for a ball.
Yeah, and one thing to note, I love sitting on this side around the graphics because I can see things a little bit better. And it's kind of almost the opposite zone of yesterday, right? Where yesterday we kind of saw a more favorable zone to the outside. Today that's going inside with maybe a little more hitter-friendly on the outside today. So something to keep an eye on for both the batters and pitchers as this game goes on. It's still consistent from voice of Coyote Athletics, John, back there behind the plate today. But, yeah.
That is outside for a ball there to make it 2-2. This is Rump at the plate. It only shows last names on Game Changer. I'm going back to make sure that I have his name right. It is Max Rump. That's what I thought. Here's the 2-2 home, and he pops that one over our heads for a foul ball.
Yeah, good first inning for Blair, Brayden. They added a couple runs, 3 hits. Kind of got to Kudera a bit here, and we'll see if he can settle down in the second inning. But off to a hot start for the Blair, Nebraska Bats.
2-2 pitch is sent in foul territory down the right field line. Long run from Leon Villanueva. He almost ends up a souvenir over the fence. Bounces off of it. He's okay.
And once again, there's just so much on both sides at this ballpark, just so much foul territory and open space there where you're just kind of running. We saw out in left field yesterday, Carter Boomsma make a nice catch where I'd say he had to cover at least 70 feet. It felt like running for that ball. Kudera is going to get a strike 3 in the dirt there.
Hunoff throws down to first. It pulls Villanueva off the bag, and he's safe. Hunoff left that one just a little bit high. Hey, wait, the home plate umpire called him out.
Yeah, and we'll see here. They're once again behind the home plate. Called him out, getting an explanation here. And it seemed whatever he said made sense. The head coach here for Blair nodding head. I think what they're saying is he might have touched the bag right before he got pulled off there, and as long as that happens, then yeah, it's an out. So yeah, heads up umpiring there. You know, that's one of those where to the naked eye it kind of looks safe after the throw gets pulled off the bag. But yeah, once again, it looks like Liam got his foot down just in the nick of time there on that one, as that's hit out into right field. And that's going to get down, Brayden. Looks like probably 2. Oh no, a stumble at first base. Going to be a single on that one, but otherwise probably would have been 2.
And that's Colton Shear, who the catcher loses his double on that slip over at first base. He's upset with himself, you can see, but should be a runner on. I forgot to turn the scoreboard back on. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, I'm communicating with hands, and I'm like, hey, you can't see me, but I'm literally just waving my hands around. It doesn't actually mean anything, but
got my attention and then pointed at the iPad, and I'm like, what? And I look down. Hit the button that turns the scoreboard back on.
So once again, we should mention we are kind of switching some roles here. I've been running graphics the last couple of games, and Brayden running scoreboard with Brayden ditching us tonight. It's cool, whatever. You know, he's got places to be, we understand. And it's going to be myself and Tel Tanner later tonight for the Watertown game. So getting me used to running some of the graphics and the camera and stuff. And typically, so yeah, we're kind of switching roles, living in each other's shoes, walking a mile in each other's shoes, as they say.
Walking a mile in each other's shoes. Ball gets away from the catcher runoff, and the runner's going to take off for second base. That's a courtesy runner.
So you've probably walked closer to a mile putting up the outfield cam. The farthest I've walked is from my car to, well, the booth this morning.
You got to go get it later.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll do that twice today. I'll put it up tonight. Get ready to go once again for that Watertown game. We're expecting a 6:30 start, but obviously, you know, if some of these games go long, that might be a little bit later. We'll see as things unfold. And once again, Blair is pregame live at 6 o'clock. Myself and Tel Tanner this evening here on KYNT and KYN TV.
So 1-2 count from Jackson Kudera here as that last one was fouled off by McBreen at the plate, the left-handed hitter for Blair. So 1-2 count. Kudera at the quarter century mark, 25 pitches here in the second inning. This one ripped down the right field line, but foul just off the bullpen fence here in foul territory.
And I don't know what it is about baseball, and maybe it's because I'm a lefty, but there's something about a lefty swing that just looks sometimes so much cleaner than on the right-handed side of the plate. I don't know what it is. Like, one of my favorite swings to watch right now is Cody Bellinger.
And it's the exact opposite of like a left-handed quarterback in football, where it just looks so wrong. Is that one's going to drop in left field for a base hit, And going to turn 2 here is McBreen, tagged down in time. They got McBreen at second base, trying to stretch out a double, but a great throw from left field, the relay from Riken, and the tag applied from Simon Kamshoff.
Yeah, nice sequence of events there. Obviously, runners going to advance to third, but looking at that, good throw in from left field, and Riken makes an even better throw to second base. An aggressive base runner there off the hit. Riken was able to get the out.
Kudera 1 out away from pitching the first scoreless frame of the day as Blair was able to put 2 on the board against him in the top of the first. Now here in the top of the second, he's got 2 down and a 1-0 count to the leadoff man. He got the game rolling quick, fast, in a hurry, did Carter Saylor. Had a hit on the first pitch he saw, and he's taken a couple here for 2-0 count.
And later came around to score, so a good start for the leadoff man, Saylor, here for Blair, and has a chance now to put a run on the board here if he can get a base hit.
The 2-0 swung on and missed. 30th pitch of the game for Kudera there. Make it 2-1 count to Saylor. 2-1 popped up in foul territory, not playable. So that'll be a 2-2 count here. That is the one on the soundboard that I never expect.
Yeah.
The
Michael Myers
the Michael Myers piano, yeah. Here's the 2-2 home from Kudera. This one playable in foul territory. Working his way underneath of it is Sam Goki, and he will glove it for out number 3. So a runner gets stranded on third. Nobody comes across home plate. But Blair now up to 5 hits already through the first 2 innings of work in this matchup with Yankton. Post 12 will be at the plate when we come back. This inning break courtesy of Avera. We're back in 1 minute as Yankton trails 2-0.
Are you tired of sugary sports drinks that make you crash faster than your team's playoff hopes? Strike out thirst like a champ with Liquid Death. It's 100% mountain water, no sugar, no weird colors, no fake flavors, just pure hydration that's cooler than your walk-up song. Perfect for dugouts, doubleheaders, and post-game victory laps. Because swinging for the fences is easier when you're not running on fruit punch and regrets. Whether you're playing, practicing, or just pretending to stretch, grab a Liquid Death and crush your thirst with style.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, they believe you should understand your dental health, not just receive it. They'll show you your x-rays and photos, explain the why behind any treatment, and make sure you feel confident about your care. And if you have dental insurance, it's a good time to use it. New patient exams and x-rays are often covered at 100%. Learn more at elwoodfamilydentalcare.com, where they take care of the entire family.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV. Don Sorensen on the mound for his second inning of work. Only threw 8 pitches in the first inning. 1, 2, 3 went post 12. So their cleanup man will get the leadoff duties here in the second inning as Liam Villanueva will step up to the plate. Following him, due up this half inning will be Christian Weir and Simon Kamshoff, your 3-batter minimum. Brennan Gilmore waits in the wings if the order gets to him. But Blair been cruising through the first 1.5 frames. 2 runs in the top of the first, 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first. And they did get a runner 90 feet away from home plate. They got 5 hits as a team. They're still working well offensively, even though they didn't put a run across in the top of the second. Yankton needs to start getting a rally and some, probably too early to call it a rally, but at the very least needs to get something going here and try to match pace with Blair in the early goings.
Yeah, and Liam Villanueva at the plate. He was a designated hitter yesterday and saw some pinch hit action in game 1. Now getting the start at first base, and he's proved to be a pretty dependable glove out there at first, a guy who once again has earned more playing time as the season's gone on in the late stages of the high school season, and now kind of played regularly so far in the Legion season.
Finds itself in a 2-2 count here. First pitch strike and then back-to-back balls, but now another strike there by Liam. Here's a 2-2 count from Sorensen. Villanueva pushes it into left field. This one's going to be at the fence, but off the fence. I thought it was going to be caught. Villanueva turns for 2. It's a leadoff double for Liam Villanueva. With how that was played in left field, Josh, I thought there were 2 options. It's either caught or gone. Well, third option showed up. It was off the fence.
That's one of those. The fence is a couple feet shorter. We're talking about a Liam Villanueva home run right there. He ripped that one out to left field, and nice piece of hitting there. You see, once again, why he's getting more playing time as the season goes on. A nice piece of hitting there, and a leadoff double here to start the second.
First hit of the game for Yankton as well after going 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Sorensen, his first pitch to Weir, also sent out to left field. This one playable, though, out in left and gloved for out number one. A little too far underneath of that one for Weir as Jennings was able to make the play in left.
Yeah, but Yankton's hitters so far in this inning, Brayden, doing a good job of pulling the ball to left field. We've seen 2 hits that, obviously Liam's that went to the fence there, but even with that one with Christian, a little bit of pop on it to left field so far this inning, pulling the ball.
It is a Saturday in Yankton, South Dakota. You can tell because there's about 4 boats trying to get on the river all at once right now.
And a beautiful day for it. Going to be a high near, at least according to the National Weather Service, a high near 96 later this afternoon. So it's going to be a hot one as the day goes on.
Maybe there's a reason Yankton plays the first and last games of the day for this Lewis and Clark Classic. But it's a 1-1 count here to Simon Kampshoff. He swung through the strike one there. 1-1 home from Sorensen. This one popped up and out of play. Colton Shear getting some love from the crowd down below us.
1-2.
Shear is the catcher for Blair. McBreen over at first base was also giving some chase to that one. Here's the 1-2. Half swing there from Kampshoff and still drives it into the outfield for a base knock. They're going to hold Villanueva at third. A great throw in there from Korth in center field. Holds the lead runner at third base, but runners at the corners now for Yankton with 1 down.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. Just kind of serve it out into center field, get underneath it, and falls short of the glove there. And now all of a sudden Yankton in business once again with runners on the corners here with just 1 out. One of yesterday's heroes, and Brendan Gilmore, come to the plate. He had a really good game too, Brayden, with that sac fly and a couple hits as well, and played a good game.
He did his job yesterday, and I say that because you had the sac fly, obviously, but also put down a perfectly executed sac bunt where it scored the runner and ended up getting on base anyway on that sac bunt due to an error over to throw to first, and went 1 for 1 on the day, his only non-sacrifice. He was able to get a hit. So he ended up our offensive player of the game last night in game number 2. He finds himself ahead in the count 2-0 here as that second pitch misses inside to him for a ball.
And played both infield and outfield this weekend. Started at second base in game 1. No, reverse. Yes, second base in game 1 and left field in game 2. And now in the outfield again here for game 1 of day 2. A lot of 1s and the 2s.
Game 3 of the tournament for Yankton. Game 6 of the Yankton pool. And he rips this one into left center field. This will drop for a base knock. It's going to score Villanueva from third. Kampshoff takes the turn at second. He's heading to third. It's an RBI double for Brennan Gilmore as his impressive Lewis and Clark Classic continues. Yankton on the board for the first time in game 1.
Yeah, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that on the replay here, brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Once again, Brennan Gilmore at the plate here with an RBI double, putting the first run on the board for post 12 here to cut into the Blair lead.
That will bring Caden Hunoff to the plate. Halfway went around, just enough for it to be a called strike from the home plate umpire.
Yeah, and starting his second game of the Classic here at catcher. Started game 1, and then Gavin Johnson was the designated hitter, but Johnson went out of game 2 with an injury yesterday, so Hunoff getting the start here today. And he had a nice piece of hitting when that game was tied at 3-3 yesterday. Had an RBI single to make it 4-3 in the later stages. So he knows how to hit in a big spot and has another shot here with 2 runners on and Yankton trailing by 1.
Swung through there for Hunoff for a dropped third strike. He'll run down the first base line, but throw to first in time for the punch out. Throw out to first. So 2 down now at the inning with 2 runners in scoring position. That's going to bring Boston Frick to the plate.
And credit Colton Shear on that play, Brayden. You know he's watched some Yankton game tape. He made sure to look down over at third base there at Simon Kampshoff and keep him there and freeze him at third because he knows if he throws down that down to first, there's a chance runner's taking off from third trying to score.
First pitch high and tight, forced to bend out of the way for Boston Frick there. Makes it a 1-0 count. Sorensen up to 26 pitches now, sorry.
Yeah, no, and Frick, we're just talking about Boston Frick here, still looking for his first hit of the season, but what a shot he's got to do it. He's more looking like hitting you as that one goes back towards us. That's what he was thinking. But
I would have definitely had a face for radio if that net wasn't there. That's the first strike of the at-bat. It's a 1-1 count now to Swings through that one. He was a little ahead of that one there. Pulled the off speed on him for Sorensen for strike 2.
And that would have been a tough one to hit, too. That was just a hair outside on the zone there. And kind of a tough pitch to swing at. Frick obviously liked it.
That one outside for a ball. 2-2 count. Now, you mentioned the hustle from Shear, or the smart plays from Shear. I don't know which fan it was underneath from Blair, but they were correct. Some good plays from the Blair catcher so far. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Sorensen gets the punch out. 1 run comes across on 3 hits, but 2 more get stranded on the base paths. Yankton trails 2-1 after 2 innings of play. This inning break courtesy of Avera. Avera moving health forward. We're back in 1 minute as Yankton trails by 1 in the Lewis and Clark Classic.
Does your insurance agent know you by name? Do you see them at the school pickup or around town? Home and auto insurance is more than just premiums and deductibles. It's about having someone who truly understands you and your family. We take the time to get to know your life, your needs, and what matters most, so you have the right coverage when it counts. Call me, Skylar Sherman with Missouri River Associates in Yankton today for insurance you can trust from someone who's truly local.
FM 1021 and AM 1450, KYNT, Yankton.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but not sure where to start? I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. With 20 years of experience and a passion for finding the perfect match, I'll work hard for you, answer all your questions along the way, and make it stress-free. Call me at 605-664-5555, and let's get moving.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYNTV for Yankton Post-12 baseball. They trail 2-1 to Blair after the opening 2 innings. Jackson Kudera on the mound for his 3rd inning of work here. His first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1.
And a better a better inning there in the 2nd inning for Jackson Kudera. Gave up a couple hits, but was still able to keep Blair off the board there, and his offense rewarded him a little bit, cutting into that lead here and making it just a 1-run ball game as we enter the 3rd inning.
This one sent out to left field. Boomsma shading to his left. He'll work his way underneath of it for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down to start the top of the 3rd. There's Jackson Kudera. After giving up a 2 spot in the top of the 1st, you already said it, Josh. Very effective in the 2nd inning and looking to bring that into the 3rd.
And, it's one of those giving up some contact for sure, but it doesn't matter if they result in outs, right? And that's, I think, what Kudera is thinking there as he gets another out on that pop fly out to left. And once again, settling into this game as it moves along. You got to think, Brayden, a guy with a very senior heavy pitching staff, he's going to be a guy you see, more as this season goes on, and especially into next year as well.
Just kind of feels like how it goes with Jackson Kudera across every sport we've seen so far, just continuing to grow and become more of a focal point, no matter what he's playing, whether that's football, basketball, baseball. So he makes it a 2-1 count there with a swing and a miss.
Yeah, once again, just his 4th appearance pitching of the season, but his first start here, as that one's hit out into center field.
And Boston Frick will play it off the hop. It's a 1-out single for Blair, puts a runner on first base. And that's going to bring Andrew Korth to the plate, the center fielder. That base knock there from Blair. That was Stevenson over at first base.
This is the part of the lineup that gave Kudera some trouble, right? The first time through, so now obviously trying to figure that out as he gets a nice strike swinging there on a good breaking ball.
0-1 count here as Kudera's coming set on the mound. Now he comes set on the mound. Here's the 0-1 home, inside for a ball. 1-1 count here. Korth, we've called his name a couple times out in center field. 0 for 1 today. That was the 40th pitch of the game for Jackson Kudera as well. Here's the 1-1 home. That one finds a home for a strike. 41 pitches now. It's a 1-2 count. Bring up the pitch count because he's right around that 15 per inning that you like to see from a guy who's starting for you.
Yeah, and obviously can keep around that pace of the double play ball here, but we'll see what Cooter can do with 2 strikes.
The 1-2. Ground ball right side of the infield, but it's past Simon Kamshoff for a base hit. Runner takes the turn at second, heading to third. He dives back into second base after the throw in from right field for Christian Weir.
And kind of an awkward turn there, right? Otherwise, I think Weir would have probably thrown that back to second. Might have been able to catch him. But, yeah, now 2 on with just 1 out here for Blair and trying to add to their lead with back-to-back base hits.
Stevenson on second, Korth on first. Step up to the plate now for Blair will be the left fielder in Jennings. He's made a couple plays out in left as well. He's first pitch swinging, but that is foul down the right field line. Out of play. Double play ball still possible for the Yankton infield, and that seems to be what they're set up for. Middle infielders playing closer to the second base bag. And they were doing the same setup on the last hit, Josh, and that's why Kamshoff was maybe a little out of position as this one's popped up or sent out to the center field. A lot more drive on that one than I thought off the bat. That's caught just in front of the warning track by Boston Frick. Runner moves from second to third on the fly out to center field. Runners at the corners now for Blair with 2 down.
Yeah, well, it's nice for Cooter here now. Obviously, the runner advanced to third, but with 2 outs, you take away that sacrifice play. And I want to credit Boston Frick really quick, Brayden. He's been, limited action in the outfield this season, but nothing but dependable out there. Been able to make some nice catches and followed that one to the warning track really well and made the out.
Coming to the plate now, the lefty, Hans Sorensen, throws righty on the mound, so bat is from the opposite side of the plate of his throwing arm.
We've seen that happen more often these days where you'll see a guy right-handed glove, but is going to bat left, and a lot of times you'll see that at first base, but not usually for a pitcher here. Maybe a switch hitter type of situation. You never know.
Say if we have a lefty to throw out there just to test the waters as an 0-1 pitch is swung on for strike 2 to Sorensen.
See, off the top of my head, I think, and even then, he wears a right-handed glove at first base. Easton Fieser, the only guy who hits lefty that I can think of off the top of my head.
Get you out there real quick. Runner starts to go for second, but puts on the brakes as that one misses outside for ball 1.
See, I'm like, if you put me on the mound, it's kind of like Ricky Vaughn pre-glasses, where you don't know where that thing's going. It'll have a little bit of heat on it.
But you wear glasses.
Yeah, that is true. And so what's my excuse? Jackson Cooter gets strike 3 looking to end the inning, Brayden.
Yeah, big punch out there, a breaking ball in the outer part of the zone, and Sorensen still shaking his head in the left-handed batter's box. See if that gets him any favors when he goes back out on the mound for the next half inning. 2-1 your score. Yankton trails by 1. They're looking to tie things up or maybe even take the lead when we come back in 1 minute. This inning break courtesy of Avera. Yankton trails by 1. We're back after this on KYNT.
If it's time to review the look of the signage of your business, let Mayer Signs help. They offer all types of signs, including exterior and interior signage, fleet wraps, digital signs, and much more. They also do logo creation and vehicle wraps. Their technicians arrive on site fully equipped to get the installation done with quality workmanship. With the latest tools and technology, Mayer Signs provides high-quality installation service for any sign. Contact Mayer Signs today on 4th and Broadway in Yankton.
Right now, Moody Motors in Ibera has 6 expeditions on hand, ranging from brand new to a 2012 priced at only $13,900. Other SUVs on hand include a 2014 GMC Denali, a 2014 Buick Enclave, and a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with the 3rd seat. The right vehicle at the right price is what you'll find right here at Moody Motors in Ibera. You're in the mood for Moody.
Sorensen back on the mound for his 3rd inning of work for Blair. He holds on to a 1-run lead. Yankton was able to put one across in the bottom of the 2nd. It's the top of the lineup due up with Beck Reichen, Sam Goki, and Easton Fieser. Your 3-batter minimum for the bottom of inning number 3. 2-1 your score. Blair out hitting Yankton 7-3, but only a 1-run differential right now between the two teams.
Yeah, and once again, Yankton's starting to figure this out a little bit here against Sorensen on the mound, and we're able to get a few hits last inning and put a run on the board. Brennan Gilmore, it's a nice hit. Now, like you said, the top of the Yankton lineup with Beck, Reichen, and company here looking to do some damage and maybe tie this game up or even take the lead here.
Sorensen averaging 15 pitches per inning right now. That was his 31st pitch of the game to start the third. It's a 1-0 count to Reichen. Make it a 1-1 count as that's strike called, clips the lower part of the zone.
I thought for a second there Reichen was maybe calling time. He had his left hand up as he kind of gets a light foul ball on that one to make it 1-2, but was sticking his hand up there for a little bit to the point where I thought he was calling timeout, but not the case.
Somebody gave him the full government over there in the Yankton dugout. Half swing for Reichen. Home plate umpire checks down to first. They say he didn't go around. So 2-2 count, was able to hold up in time.
And for a second there, I thought they might have even said Rex. I was like, haven't heard that name in a minute.
Here's the 2-2 home. High for a ball. 3-2 count now. What's funny is, like, Rex wouldn't even be a brother. It'd be a cousin for Beck because it'd be Beck, Drew, and Mac. That side of the Reichen athletic tree is strike 3 called. Found the zone, low and away for Sorensen. And a punch out to start things off, retires Reichen.
And so far, he's handled the top of this Yankton lineup well. Here, they haven't gotten a hit yet as they're going their second time through. But, you know, it's one of these days, we're going to have to sit down and, like, teach me the Reichen family tree just to, like, figure out which part is where. Because, obviously, Yankton royalty and a lot of good athletes in that family and whatnot. But, you know, Beck included in that. And once again, going to Dakota State to play ball here in the college season coming up. But, yeah, another good Reichen. Another news, water wet.
Water's wet, sky's blue today. Sun will come out tomorrow. Sam Goki sends this one out to center field, drifting into right center, but caught for the second out. And once again, to a point you already made, Josh, just the top of the order has not really been able to get going on Sorensen. That's where he's been able to work his best between the top 3 hitters. Now, with Easton Fieser coming up to the plate, the designated hitter, he has the first 3 batters in the lineup, a combined 0 for 5 pending this at-bat. And then you look down the lineup, 3 hits between the 4, 6, and 7 hitter. So that middle part of the lineup is where things usually have been getting going for Yankton so far as Fieser takes ball 1.
And obviously Yankton will take it where they can get it, but this top 3 of the lineup is so important to what Yankton wants to do, and they can get it going here. That'd be huge.
1-0. Fieser rips it into right field, and that is an unfortunate out for Easton Fieser. He hit that one really well, just right at the right fielder. 1-2-3 goes post 12 as Sorensen works through another clean half inning. 2-1 your score as we head to the top of the 4th here on KYNT and KYN-TV. This inning break courtesy of Avera. We're back in 1 minute.
It's sandal season at Boston Shoes to Boots, and we are fully loaded on new inventory and classic favorites. From popular brands like Birkenstock, Chaco, Keen, Atrex, Dansko, Sorel, and so much more. Find the perfect fit and step into something new this season. Boston Shoes to Boots, open 6 days a week, located in the heart of downtown on Cedar Street. See you soon, shoe lovers.
Summer starts here in Yankton. It's the place where weekends turn into lake days, campfires, tournaments, live music, and unforgettable memories. Every summer, visitors help fuel our local economy, supporting restaurants, shops, hotels, events, and over 1,400 local jobs right here in Yankton County. There's something for everyone to explore. This summer, discover why Yankton is more than a destination. Find out all Yankton has to offer online at visityanktonsd.com.
Jackson Kudera on the mound for his 4th inning of work here on KYNT and KYN-TV. 49 pitches on the day, so he's halfway to 50 on his first pitch of the top of the 4th. Leading things off is Max Rump for Blair, post 154. And it's a opening pitch ball as the breaking ball cut a little too far outside.
And one of those things they want Kuro to do today is give them some length in this game, and he's really started to do that if he can get through another inning or two here. So that one's grounded over down by third base.
Goki up with it across the diamond, in time to first. A 5-3 putout is how we get things rolling on the top of the fourth as Rump is retired to start things for Blair.
But once again, with this classic, obviously another game tonight, potentially games tomorrow, and of course a couple games next week as well. And Jackson Kuro just... next week on the road. Yeah, next
I believe
Tuesday.
they're on the road on Tuesday is what Coach Lawrence said last night in the post game. Here's a ground ball left side of the infield, diving play from Sam Goki over to first, and a great stretch from Liam Villanueva. No, it pulled him off the bag. The umpire says he couldn't keep the foot on the bag, and I think Drew Lawrence wants an appeal down to home plate. He wants the umpires to talk it over, see if John Thayer saw something different from home plate, but.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at this one, Brayden, here once again on the Vision Care Associates replay, just to see what this looks like. As you can see, you're going to see this one hit over. A heck of an effort from Sam Goki here, and looking at it, oh, that's close, Brayden. I don't know. Looking at that replay there.
And they say he's out at first. After the conversation between the umpires, the ruling is he kept the foot on the bag for Liam Villanueva. So that fantastic play will stand as called. And a quick 2 up, 2 down, just 3 pitches into the fourth inning. Kudera has 2 out, as that's going to welcome McBreen to the plate, another lefty in this Blair lineup. First pitch, he takes strike 1.
And I think looking back at that replay, it's hard to tell because it's on the wide cam there, but that looked like the right call to me after the conversation to call that out.
Because Villanueva did get pulled off the bag. As here's a grounder to him on the right side of the infield. He's up with it in time, and he takes it to first unassisted. 1-2-3 goes Blair. But talking about that play, he did come off the bag, but it was after he'd already secured the ball. And I think that's what the conversation was about. And home plate umpire won the conversation, I guess, and it ends up in an out for Blair. 1-2-3 goes post 154. 2-1. They lead Yankton. Post 12 back at the plate when we come back in 60 seconds. This inning break, courtesy of Avera. We're back in 1 minute from Riverside Field.
Car troubles never happen at a convenient time. Whether you find yourself with a flat tire, dead battery, breakdown, or in an accident, call Gary's Towing. They've been helping drivers in the Yankton area for over 50 years with light, medium, and heavy towing. Family-owned and operated Gary's Towing is the name you can count on, day or night. Call Gary, Mike, or Mason at 605-665-4351. Gary's Towing, where experience means reliability.
Water isn't supposed to be in floors or in ceilings, but leaks and accidents happen.
If that happens, you should call FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration.
They clean it up and restore your home. From burst pipes to unexpected leaks, FloorTech Cleaning and Restoration responds fast. 24/7 proudly serving Yankton, Mitchell, Norfolk, Sioux Falls, and beyond. If your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Hans Sorensen back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. 41 pitches through his first 3 innings. Try and do quick math, Josh. It's about 13 an inning, a little over.
Yeah, pitching well and working a 2-1 lead here over Yankton right now, going into the bottom of the 4th, and once again pitching well here outside of that 2nd inning.
Liam Villanueva, after making a great play at first base, a couple good plays at first base today, but being involved in 2 outs in the last half inning, he'll lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th, which he led off the bottom of the 2nd. He's also the only run of the game so far for Yankton post 12.
Yeah, absolutely ripped into a ball out towards left field that hit off the fence for a double. His last plate appearance that got that inning going in the 2nd. And he's looking to do it again here as once again Yankton trails by 1 in the 4th.
Opening pitch strike to Villanueva here from Sorensen. Already talked about it earlier on. Sorensen bats left, throws right on the mound, and here's a 2-hopper over the left side of the infield. The third baseman loses the ball in the transition from glove to hand, and I think the shortstop had a better angle at that one, Josh, too, so just a miscommunication on the left side of the infield from Blair is going to lead to a base runner for Yankton.
Yeah, and that one on an error, but Villanueva reaching twice. And hey, Brayden, I was going to ask you, remember when you said earlier to let you know when the scoreboard's not up.
It's up now.
There we go. Once again, we're switching duties here today on who's running what. So,
showing bunt here is Christian Weir. Pulls it back in time. Takes ball 1.
that being said, if something goes wrong today, it was Brayden. It wasn't me. It's never me. Just remember that. Even if it's tonight's game.
It was tonight when I'm in Sioux City.
It was Brayden or Tell. Don't forget that. Just remember that as you're putting up with me later tonight.
Weir shows bunt again. That one fouled off, though, so a 1-1 count now to him with a runner on first. That was 45 pitches now for Sorensen. And that was officially ruled an error, as expected. Goes against Stevenson over at third base. Just the ball came out of the hand a little awkwardly as he's trying to transition glove to hand, and ends up with a runner on. 2-1 count now to Weir. Simon Kampshoff in the on-deck circle now for Yankton. He's got a base knock in this one. Brayden Gilmore in the hole as Weir gets the bunt down. Picked up by Stevenson at third, and that's going to pull the first baseman off the bag. Back-to-back errors for Blair is going to put 2 runners on. They hold the lead man at third. Villanueva at third. Weir at second. And nobody out for Simon Kampshoff.
And Yankton now with a chance here, down 1 in the 4th to tie or take the lead here. Obviously, Brayden, Stevenson probably kicking himself over there at third. A tough inning for him, obviously. But, just a couple of mistakes here in this inning.
He made a couple good plays earlier on in the game, too. It's just, sometimes they say mistakes breed mistakes, and baseball is such a mental game. I think the only game that's more mental might be golf, but he's got to just, flush those out. He's a good third baseman we've seen so far, not only today, but in this tournament for Blair. And on the 1-0, driven to left center field for Simon Kampshoff. That's going to one-hop off the fence. 2 runs are going to score. And from down 1 to up 1 goes Yankton post 12. It's a 2 RBI double for Kampshoff.
Yeah, a nice piece of hitting there into that gap, and we'll go ahead and take a look at it on your Vision Care Associates replay as Yankton is going to take the lead here on this 2-run RBI double from Simon Kampshoff.
I'll tell you, when Simon Kampshoff's seeing the ball, Josh, the only guy who the ball launches more off the bat right now for this team is Easton Fieser. It is a great piece of hitting from him. I'll put Liam Villanueva in that conversation as well, as he's really turned it up late in the spring season and now to start the summer season. But those guys, the ball's just jumping off their bat when they can piece it up.
Yeah, and he's 2 for 2 today, Brayden. An early candidate for Offensive Player of the Game, in my opinion, is a big double there. Gives Yankton their first lead of the morning. He's not used to saying that. That one's going to be bunted foul, looks like, off of Weir's bat.
Not you. No. On him, not you.
Was a conversation down there. Not sure who the bunt hit off of, but it hit off somebody in foul territory, so it's just ruled a foul ball. It's a 1-1 count now to Brayden Gilmore. Sorensen at 51 pitches on the morning. 10:22 a.m. as it stands. That one up near the chest, inside for a ball. 2-1 count now to Gilmore.
Obviously, Yankton with a chance to expand their lead here, and with no outs. Looks like they're willing to play the bunt game with Brayden Gilmore again, who had a good bunt yesterday. Try to advance him, but now all of a sudden taking a couple pitches here. Maybe they got something else in mind, trying to get him over first potentially.
That pitch was left high for a ball. Now a 3-1 count for Gilmore, and might be trying to work a walk. That one finds the zone, though. Gilmore took 1 step towards first base and then walked right back. Full count here. Sorensen's able to battle back. Gilmore flares this one foul. So we'll do it again on a 3-2 count. I don't even bother calling them payoff pitches anymore, Josh. There's no payoff.
I think we've seen one, and it was yesterday. So, and a Gavin Johnson at bat.
Here's the 3-2 home. Up near the chin for ball 4. Gilmore will take first base on the walk. 2 runners on now with nobody out. And that is going to bring the 8-hitter, Caden Hunoff, to the plate. The 9-man of the lineup, Boston Frick, into the on-deck circle, and then it rotates back to the top of the order with Beck Reichen.
Yeah, and Caden Hunoff once again had a really good timely hit yesterday when the game was tied at 3 apiece for an RBI single to give Yankton the lead in later stages of that game, and has a chance to add here as he's looking to bunt. Puts down a pretty good one here. I think he might beat this out, and does, Brayden. Bases loaded for post 12.
Beautiful bunt laid down there for Hunoff. The third baseman had to play back with the runner moving from second to third, as we're going to get a courtesy runner here, and it's a lot of speed you're putting on the base paths.
You can't even start the clock, though, Brayden, with Carter Boomsma out there. Is, unfortunately for him, base is loaded, but I think he's okay with that.
This is how I realized that Carter Boomsma wasn't in the starting lineup, by the way. We've read the starting lineup multiple times. We've been through the order now twice with Boston Frick coming up for his second at-bat. And this is how I remember that Carter Boomsma was coming off the bench here in game one. So a lot of speed on the base paths, a lot of dangerous situations, and nobody out for Boston Frick as well. We're getting a mound visit on the field. Breaks in the action courtesy of Kaiser Heating and Cooling. Be the wiser, go with Kaiser. It's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. Post 12 currently leads 3-2 on your SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab scoreboard. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors for the Yankton defense. 2 runs on 7 hits, but 2 errors against Blair, both coming in this inning.
And now we'll see how Blair chooses to play this. Will they play their infielders up and try to get the runner at home? Do they try to sacrifice a run potentially here and look for a double play ball? No really wrong way of going about this, and it looks like the answer is kind of a mix of both. The middle infield's playing back, but that first baseman over there playing up here on the right side of the infield.
Boston Frick swings away at the first pitch, and it's strike one. Bases are loaded for Yankton here after Hunoff was able to beat that bunt down the first base line. Carter Boomsma now running for him. Brennan Gilmore on second. Simon Kampshoff on third. Frick shows bunt, can't get there. It's a squeeze play, and they're going to get Simon Kampshoff between third and home. That is, I think, back-to-back days, Josh, where we've seen the squeeze play not work out in Yankton's favor. Is that one was, can't even say Frick couldn't get the bat to it. It was they committed to it, and the ball was so far outside, he just couldn't get the bat to it.
Yeah, and what a change of events there. Obviously, runners advanced to second and third in that situation, so Frick still has a chance to do some damage here, but really kind of changes the whole situation here for Yankton. Is strike away from out number 2, and that's going to be the case as Frick goes down swinging at a breaking ball there, and all of a sudden, just like that, Yankton in danger of getting nothing here in this bases loaded with no out situation.
I know they pushed 2 across already in this 4th inning on that 2 RBI double from Simon Kampshoff, but exactly what you said. You get nothing out of a bases loaded with nobody out situation. It can kind of feel like you left a lot on the table there, and in a 1-run game, that could be a big difference maker as Riken takes ball 1 below the zone. Sorensen now at 61 pitches on the morning.
And Yankton looking to their leadoff man here, Brayden, trying to get something, add a couple runs here and give themselves some insurance. As we are starting to get into the later stages of this game, doesn't look like there's any danger of that time runoff as it stands. As we're only about an hour into this one, but something to keep an eye on here once again as we're getting closer to the 5th inning.
Time limit is an hour 45, so those who want to keep track at home, 11:15 is our mark.
And we're at just under the hour mark as it stands. Riken takes a strike there, but once again, just something to keep an eye on here as we go throughout and keep in mind throughout each of these games. As we saw last night in the West Fargo game against Yankton, that one ended after 6.
And Riken takes strike 2. There was a little delay in the strike call from the home plate umpire, and I think Beck thought that meant he was taking a walk to first base. So you can see him kind of looking back at the umpire before he even walked, and then a home plate umpire called him on the strike 2. That one too far inside, though, for ball 4. Riken will take first base, and the base is loaded again, Josh. I know there's 2 outs, but one of the best hitters in the entire state in the spring season. You ask around here, I know there's some biased answers, but they'd say he's the best player in the entire state, and he won the Class A Player of the Year award to show for it. That's Sam Goki.
Yeah, back-to-back with that, too, and has a chance to open this game up for Yankton, just up 1, but bases loaded and 2 outs. They need their best player to get a hit as he sends that one out to center field.
Center fielder getting underneath of it on the warning track. Almost a grand slam. Needed about 10 more feet on that one, Josh, but ends up as a long out, and Yankton strands the bases loaded. They do take the lead, though, on a 2 RBI double from Simon Kampshoff. 3-2 your score from Riverside Field. We're back with the top of the 5th in 60 seconds after this inning break, courtesy of Avera.
I'm Chris, the plant accountant here with Parker of Yankton. So let's do some math. 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, that's 2,080 hours. With our night shift pay differential of $2.35 an hour, that comes out to over $400 extra in your pocket every month. Nearly $5,000 extra dollars a year just for working the same job on a different shift. Same work, same team, just more in your paycheck. Join us and let the math work in your favor. Learn more at parker.com/careers.
Parker, engineering your success.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Top of inning number 5 here from Riverside Field. Yankton holds on to a 1-run lead after a 2 RBI double from Simon Kamshoff in the bottom of the 4th. Put them on top for the first time this morning. Jackson Kudera on the mound for his 5th inning of work. His 55th pitch of the day. Misses outside and low for a ball. It's the top of the order up for Blair. Carter Saylor. He got the scoring started in the first inning. First pitch he saw, he sent into left field. He eventually came around to score. That was one of 2 runs in the top of the first, but nothing since for Blair. As a foul ball there makes it a 1-1 count.
And Kudera's done a good job of settling into this game, like you said, putting up zeros the last 3 innings after giving up the 2 spot in the first. And part of that was Carter Saylor, who once again was first pitch swinging for a hit, but that one going to be caught on the line by Yankton shortstop Beck Reichen.
Hey, hit it on the screws there, but Reichen was just in the right place and makes the great play over at shortstop. 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 5th. And Jackson Kudera, 57 pitches on the day, had a very quick last half inning. The last couple half innings have been pretty quick for Kudera. He's been able to keep him rolling out there on the mound. He's going to plunk that batter, though. That's going to send Murray to first base.
I know we always, whenever we say it, it then goes the opposite, but really a quick-moving game, 4 innings and just about an hour of time, and things moving right along here. And a good ball game back and forth between these two teams. Once again, Blair struck first, then Yankton with the counter punch to take this 1-run lead. Now trying to keep it with the third baseman Stevenson up at the plate.
Josh Stevenson here. He's been detrimental to Yankton Post 12 today. He's 2 for 2 at the plate. Gotten a hit in both of his appearances so far. As that one misses low and away for ball 1.
And 7 hits today for Blair, but just those 2 runs there in the first inning, so not really able to take advantage once they get guys on the base paths past the first inning.
It's like in football when you say you're bend but don't break on defense. That's kind of what Yankton's been today. And to Blair's credit, they're doing something similar. 5 hits for Yankton, only 3 runs to show for it. They had more runs on less hits yesterday against West Fargo. Late on in that one. I think they ended up with more hits than they have right now, but yeah, they ended yesterday's game with 9 hits, but at one point in that game, they had multiple runs on just a few hits. Here's a ground ball left side of the infield over to shortstop, now to second base, on to first, in time. 6-4-3 double play. Reichen, Kamshoff, Villanueva. That retires the side. No runs on no hits, no errors. Nobody gets left on base. We head to the bottom of inning number 5. Yankton holding on to a 1-run lead. They're just 6 outs away from moving to 3-0 in the Lewis and Clark Classic. After this Avera inning break, we're back in 1 minute here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
Introducing the all-new Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa. Quick, effective in-office injections and IV therapies designed to support energy, immunity, recovery, and overall wellness in minutes. From NAD Plus and glutathione for cellular support and glow to B complex boosts, hydration drips, and fast-acting nausea or pain relief. We make feeling better simple and convenient. Need a quick energy reset, recovering from travel or a long week? It's time to glow. Glow Vitality Bar at Glow Aesthetics Med Spa.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, we can do this. That's the Move Group. So move with Mason and the Move Group.
Move with Mason.
Welcome back here on KYNT, KYN-TV, bottom of inning number 5. It's Hans Sorensen on the mound for his 5th inning of work. He's thrown 67 pitches so far.
Actually, oh, hold on. Never mind. I just saw Stevenson standing over by the mound there. Ignore me. Ignore the words I'm saying.
I got worried for a second. Like, what did I miss?
I just saw, well, when I looked at the camera, I saw Stevenson standing there. I'm like, did they make a pitching change? And I didn't notice, but Sorensen was off camera.
It's Easton Fieser to lead off the bottom of the 5th for Yankton post 12. They push 2 across in the 4th. 2 RBI double from Simon Kampshoff. Scored a pair for post 12, and it's a 1-0 count to start things off to Easton Fieser here. Sorensen working outside. That one finds the zone for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count now to Fieser.
And Sorensen catching the top part of that outside corner there, and obviously was working with a lead until this last inning, and now Easton Fieser, as we are really getting down to those final outs here, just 6 left for Blair as they trail here, and Easton Fieser hoping to be a big part of adding to that Yankton lead here, hopefully in the 5th.
And we've been talking, this basically serves as an elimination game for Blair. If they win today, if they win both their games today, there's still a shot, but you lose here to Yankton, you drop to 1-2, and Yankton at 3-0, there's no shot you could tie Yankton or get ahead of them. So it's a big game for Blair if they want to make it to Championship Sunday here in the Lewis and Clark Classic, as that one was fouled away for strike 2.
Yeah, and if Yankton's able to hold on here, obviously the next game they're looking at is that Watertown game later this afternoon. Something to keep an eye on here throughout the day, is, you know, that would put Watertown at 2 losses as well if they're able to not get a victory there. They're playing Scotland first, aren't they?
Yes, they'll play SMFC first. Here's the 3-2 home. And ball 4, not by much. Good hold up there for Easton Fieser. That's a leadoff base runner for Yankton. That brings Liam Villanueva to the plate. And for the first time today, Josh, Liam Villanueva not leading off a half inning.
Yeah, how about that? First base runner to reach, well, correction on that. I guess Beck Reichen did in the walk, but yeah, just no hits so far of the top 3 of that lineup, and Liam has reached safely both times. The big hit, obviously, in the 2nd inning that led to a run, and then he had reached safely on an error in his last appearance before this one as well.
Villanueva represents 2 of the 3 runs on the board right now for Yankton. It was driven in by Brennan Gilmore in the bottom of the 2nd, and then was one of the 2 runs that scored on that 2 RBI double from Simon Kampshoff just last inning.
Once again, put a lot on a ball in that 2nd inning as well, where I thought maybe that might get out, but if the fence was about 5 feet shorter, I think it would have. However, hit that fence there out in left field. Stay in the park.
That one was a touch low there on the ball call. 1-2 count now to Villanueva. And yeah, the fence is 325 to the corners. There are major league ballparks that aren't that long to the corners here at Riverside Field, and it's a 10-foot high fence as well. So it's a tough place to hit one out. We've seen it done in the past. Here's the 1-2. Chopper left side of the infield, splits the gap between 3rd and short. Fieser goes station to station as Liam Villanueva has his 3rd hit of the game, Josh. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Now for Christian Weir.
And another nice piece of hitting there. Let me tell you, Liam and Simon Kampshoff are having a battle to see who wants to win Offensive Player of the Game today. Both guys having a great day at the plate, and Liam once again there with another hit.
Depends on what do you value, scoring runs or being the guy that drove them in at this point. That's the only difference between the two, as Weir lays down a bunt on the first pitch. No throw over to first. Now a throw over to first. Not in time. Weir beats it out, and the bases are loaded for Simon Kampshoff. For a kid carrying the big bat right now, this is not what you want to see if you're Blair.
And how about this? Yankton with a chance to add to their lead now. Bases loaded, no outs. And hey, what do you say? It's Simon Kampshoff at the plate.
Back-to-back half innings where Yankton has loaded the bases. Blair was able to work out of it last half inning, as Yankton actually had the bases loaded twice in the bottom of the 4th. No runs scoring after they loaded the bases either time. See if they can make up for that here as strike 1 gets past Kampshoff. Here's the 0-1 home. Kampshoff, little late on his decision to swing there. Makes it an 0-2 count as he fouls it back behind him.
once again for Sorensen here, looking for something that you're either going to keep it in the infield. Looks like the middle infield's playing in, trying to get that lead runner at home plate as that's popped up.
Potentially playable. And it will drop just foul. I thought that was going to be over the fence, but McBreen never gave up on it over at first base and was almost able to bring it in, but just a long strike, and not even really that. It still stays 0-2.
And there really are pros and cons to such long foul territory out there, right? You know, it gives first baseman a better chance there of making a catch on something like that, but also at the same time, that's a lot of ground to cover out there. You saw it on that play right there where McBreen kind of just lost it at the end there and wasn't able to come up with it.
Our next game of the day on KYNT is Yankton against Watertown this evening. This one's popped up into right field. Potentially deep enough to score the run from third. They're going to send him, throw home, cut off by the pitcher, and not in time at home. Easton Fieser gets home on a sac fly RBI from Simon Kampshoff. And now Yankton doubling up Blair here, 4-2. But a big game coming up, Josh, and I bring that up because West Fargo is currently warming up in the right field bullpens. They will be playing Blair next. So if Yankton wins this game and then Blair defeats West Fargo, it's down to just Yankton and Watertown who can advance out of the Yankton pool.
Yeah, South Dakota showing up and showing out here in this Yankton pool, and we'll see what happens tonight. Obviously, you know, if Yankton's able to hold on here, and we'll see what happens with Watertown this afternoon against SMFC. But, yeah, Yankton once again continue to put themselves in a good position to advance to Sunday if they can hold on here and maybe even tack on a few more runs this inning.
Brennan Gilmore at the plate there, took ball one, and now he takes ball two. Sorensen up to 84 pitches on the day. He is nearing the maximum, 21 pitches away from the 105 mark. The 2-0 home, misses high for a ball as well. Make it 3-0 now to Gilmore, and Sorensen at risk of walking the bases loaded. It'd be the fourth time Yankton was able to load the bases in the last 2 innings.
So that one's in for a strike, and yeah, and if he walks Gilmore, that would put a sac fly right back in play there. Yankton's able to put something into the outfield, but see what happens here with Gilmore at the plate.
Sorensen, the 3-1. Gilmore swings through it there. Good breaking ball. Kind of dropped at the end there from Sorensen. Full count now for Brennan Gilmore. And I saw one of the assistant coaches for Yankton, Joe Goki's been helping out early on the summer season as Gilmore swings through that one for strike 3. Now he's had a great run at the plate between the first 2 games yesterday and then today. It's the first time he's gotten out in a while for Brennan Gilmore.
Yeah, credit to him. He's played well in this classic, and a big strikeout there for Sorensen. Brayden eliminates the sacrifice play here for Yankton. Going to need a hit from Hunoff as that pitch is wild. Both runners will advance here to second and third. So runners on second, third, and 2 outs here for Yankton's catcher.
Puts 2 in scoring position now for post 12, and Hunoff's a guy who's 1 for 2 on the day. He's been able to find the gaps before in the spring season, but obviously would beat out a bunt for his first hit of the day. Yankton leading 4-2 here. Bottom inning number 5 from Riverside Field. It's a 1-0 count to Hunoff. Sorensen gets him to swing through that one for the strike. That's the 90th pitch of the day for Hans Sorensen. As the Blair starter seems prepared to go to the maximum here as there's no action in the bullpen.
And might as well, you know, it's one of those as he gets a swing on Hunoff there. It's still a close game. He's kept you in it. And also got to consider, once again, they play about 20, 30 minutes after this game, once again, West Fargo and Blair, and they're going to want to save arms for that one.
Hunoff, ground ball, left side of the infield. Shortstop up with it, trying to get it across the diamond in time. He is out at first. Close play, but the throw beats Caden Hunoff to the bag. Yankton pushes another run across here in the bottom of the 5th. 4-2, they lead over Blair. We're going to come back in 1 minute, the top of the 6th, here on KYNT, KYN-TV. This inning break, courtesy of Avera. We're back in 60 seconds.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
At Vision Care Associates, we're always improving our technology for the health of your eyes. With OptiMap dilation-free exams, you get a comprehensive view of your retina without the need for dilation eye drops. It's quick, easy, and best of all, it keeps your day interruption-free. Optomap captures a detailed image of your eye, helping to detect any problems. No blurriness, no discomfort, just clear, precise results. Book your Optomap exam now.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Yankton just 6 outs away here from taking Game 3 of their Lewis and Clark Classic tournament or Classic here, looking to move to 3-0 once again here in this tournament. Once again, Jackson Cooter on the mound, gave up 2 runs in the first, but clean sense, no runs, 4 straight scoreless, and he's got a chance here in the 6th to keep that going. Once again, Yankton leads 4-2 here over Blair as we welcome to the plate Andrew Korth. As that one's going to be hit for a single to start this 6th inning as we welcome Brayden Butler back into the booth here as Kudera gives up a leadoff hit to start the 6th.
And Cooter has been moving really well as of late through the last couple innings. Obviously that 2 spot in the first, but really feels like the 3rd inning is where he was able to find his groove and settle in. He's been moving well ever since. Back to Cooter on the mound, over to second base. Kamshoff with it, over to first in time. A 1-4-3 double play. Don't see that often, but now there's 2 down here in the top of inning number 6.
And why not? We'll take a look at that on your Vision Care Associates replay. Kudera going to have this one lined right back to him. Kind of a rally-killing double play here. You can see that as he's going to grab with the glove, throw it over to second in time, and then once again Kamshoff over to first as well to record the double play.
The instincts of a middle infielder there for Jackson Cooter. A 1-4-3 double play. Not one you call often on the lineup sheet, but worked out for Yankton there. First pitch missed the zone for a ball, so it's a 1-0 count. Make it a 2-0 count to Hans Sorensen here.
You know, and you wonder, Brayden, when you have a start like this in the Lewis and Clark Classic, will this lead to more opportunities? As good as this rotation is for Yankton, will this lead to more opportunities for Cooter as he's pitched a really good game?
It is an embarrassment of riches right now in the pitching department for Yankton post-12, and you know that's got to make the coaching staff very happy. It's a 3-0 count right now, though, from Cooter, and it'll end up being a 4-pitch walk, so does put a runner right back on first after being the driving force of that double play ball a few moments ago. 2 out in the inning. And coming up to the plate now will be Max Rump, the right fielder.
Number 20, McCoy Cush will take over the running duties at first base. Up to bat, right fielder number 7.
There's a courtesy runner at first base. I'll get you his name here momentarily. That's Rump. Now steps into the batter's box here. As McCoy Kosh over at first base. First pitch swinging here for Rump. Sends it out to left field. Gilmore is going to work his way underneath of it, though, for out number 3. One runner gets stranded on base on one hit, no errors. And Yankton still leads 4-2. Post 12 is 3 outs away from taking game number 1 of day 2 of the Lewis and Clark Classic. They try to add to their lead when we come back in 60 seconds. This inning break, courtesy of Avera, back in 1 minute from Riverside.
Spring is here and the games are just getting started. From baseball season in full swing to NHL and even golf, At the Bar has it all on. Add in local matchups and more, and there's always a game worth watching. With TVs everywhere and a welcoming hometown feel, it's the perfect place to kick back and enjoy the game. So bring your friends, settle in, and be part of the crowd, where every cheer feels a little louder and every moment a little better together. You can watch the game anywhere, but the real fans gather at the bar in downtown Yankton.
Text scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty, your utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you've won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with an urgency and the need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts, and you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. Talking during the break here, Josh, Jackson Kudera, he's got 8 hits against him right now, but nothing's really been solid like contact. I don't remember a lot of power shots to the alleys or anything, maybe 1 or 2, but everything else has been pretty much on the ground, just seeing eyeballs, finding gaps, and we've also seen a couple double play balls forced by the Yankton pitcher.
And, it's one of those where Kudera and his pitch count in good shape, too. Only 69 pitches so far here as we're getting ready to head into the 7th. We'll see what Yankton can do here in the 6th, trying to add to an insurance run or 2 with the 9-hitter Boston Frick up, led by the top of the Yankton lineup here. But, Kudera pitched well and getting out of some jams, some nice double play balls the last 2 innings as well have really helped him out. Obviously looking to go the distance here in this one. There is no one warming up for Yankton, so if someone comes in, probably be from the field here in the 7th. But
might be because that first base bullpen is also occupied by West Fargo right now. That might not help, but I assume they'd clear out if Yankton needed that bullpen. It's all in spirit of sportsmanship here at the Lewis and Clark Classic. A quick 2-1 count to Boston Frick. I know we've both been trying to get a number on who's warming up in the Blair bullpen as Frick sends this one out to left center field. It's going to drop for a base knock. A leadoff single for Boston Frick. Turns the lineup over to the top of the order, but Josh, your 1-2-3 hitters today for Yankton, they've been held in check. They've drawn 2 walks between the 3 of them, but no hits yet. A combined 0 for 7 for your 1-2-3 hitters.
And, it's one of those where this offense is playing well without them really clicking right now. Imagine if they were, right? You'd see more of what happened in the West Fargo game. And they got a chance here to kind of, I don't want to say put this one away, but Yankton feel pretty comfortable going into that 7th inning. Here's Frick kind of showing once again, Brayden, he can really do it all. I think there's a courtesy runner. That might be Carter Boomsma.
I think they're going to call it a pinch runner because they just threw Boston Frick a ball in his glove. He's going to the bullpen to warm up.
And with that, my guess is, you'd probably see Boston pitch the 7th. You would see Boomsma head out to center field as we kind of did yesterday. As he's already taken off. Start that clock. My goodness.
Didn't even get the clock app pulled up. Carter Boomsma's on second base with a steal and ball taken at the plate as well by Beck Reichen. So he's got a runner in scoring position as Yankton leads by 2, looking to make it 3 or more here in the bottom of the 6th. Reichen shows bunt again. Doesn't get the ball on that one. That was the 98th pitch of the day by our count for Sorensen.
And I wonder if things will change here. If Yankton adds another run or 2, will that change? Maybe they let Kudera go the whole way, but get Frick ready to go for that 7th inning. Try to close it out.
Reichen shows bunt again. Pitch left high from Sorensen. That's the 99th pitch of the day, so 1 away from the century mark for him.
And Frick, you keep talking about him showing that he can really do it all. He's played a good glove out in center today and had a nice piece of hitting there as that one's laid down, and Boomsma's going to be safe.
Yeah, Boomsma 90 feet away. The sack bunt does its job. Reichen is thrown out at first base, and now Sam Goki, credit where credit's due to Blair. They've kept him at 0 for 3 today. That's something that a lot of teams can't say they've done this season.
And you're going to see this Blair infield play in here, try to preserve a run. 2 outs, and obviously Goki just trying to put something into the outfield here. That'll probably score Boomsma, as we know with his speed.
Goki takes the first pitch low and away for a ball. Good block behind the plate there for Shear. That one gets away from him. Boomsma's probably crossing home plate right now. You got to be on your best when you're behind the plate with how Yankton likes to run the bases. 101 pitches for Sorensen. Here's the 102 inside for a ball. Quick 2-0 hole. Here to Sam Goki.
And it's one of those, it's a tough ask here. Do you walk Goki to get to Feeser and hope for a double play ball potentially, as that one's grounded over to third base, and it's going to hold the runner, Brayden.
And Goki will beat it to first because the throwing error over at first base, the 3rd error of the day for Blair. And Goki's not stopping at second. He's heading to 3rd. Sam Goki, from the outhouse to the penthouse, thought he was going to get thrown out at first. Ends up being a run scored, and he's all the way to 3rd base.
Yeah, and a few errors there over at 3rd base today, and just kind of led to a couple runs for Yankton and another insurance run right there. And with the throw, with that also, Goki getting to 3rd base, put right back in another situation with 1 out and a runner on 3rd for post 12.
Sorensen at 103 pitches here is we're getting a timeout on the field as Sam Goki's working on some equipment down the 3rd base line. Make sure he's ready to play.
And how about post 12, these last 3 innings when they needed 4 runs here as they trailed, 2-1, and all of a sudden, just like that, as Feeser skies that one, very least should, if it doesn't get down, score Goki.
That is off the right field fence. Goki's going to score, and Feeser has an RBI double. We talked about the woes of the top three in the order heading into this trip through the lineup. Well, Beck Reichen does his job on a sacrifice, moving the runner to third. Goki gets a little help on the air, but drives in a run and ends up now scoring a run, and then Easton Feeser an RBI double.
And you can see that double once again here on your Vision Care Associates replay, giving Yankton another run, up 4 here with 1 out in the 6th. We are getting a mound visit. That should do it for Sorensen here today, giving up 6. We'll see what their run is. We'll check that here in a second, but his day is done here for Blair.
Looking at who's coming in for Blair, it looks like Colton Flynn will handle things here to finish out the 6th inning. We'll talk more about this pitching change when we come back in 90 seconds. Post 12 leads by 4 over Blair. Back in 90 for the Lewis and Clark Classic.
A local business owner came into the UPS store with a large shipment of products for his online store. While they packed everything securely, he asked if they could also handle the international shipping. The answer? Of course they can. For over 9 years, the UPS store in Yankton has been helping business owners with both their printing and shipping needs. Whether you're sending a package across town or across the globe, they've got you covered. So stop by the UPS store in Yankton and ask about them about their shipping services or current print specials.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
Colton Flynn on the mound now for Blair, as the day is done for Hans Sorensen. Through 104 pitches, obviously still responsible for the runner on second, but through 5 1/3 innings here. It was a heavy workload day for him, just 1 pitch below the maximum.
Yeah, 3 of those runs earned for Sorensen, and did give Blair some much-needed length today as they're getting ready. They'll play right after this one against West Fargo.
Mentioned earlier that Boston Frick was over in the right field bullpen warming up for the top of the 7th as Liam Villanueva pops this one up into left field. That's going to be gloved in left. I think it's the first time they've got Villanueva out today, and it's a 1-pitch out for Colton Flynn. Now 2 down in the inning.
Yeah, and a big rally needed here for Blair going into that 7th inning. Going to need to get at least 4 to try to extend this game. But first got to get out of this inning against Christian Weir.
First pitch to Weir popped up over our heads and out of play for an 0-1 count. But mentioned Boston Frick over on the bullpen. No longer warming up. Him and Tate Bestie are over there just having a chat with some West Fargo players at this point.
And I wonder if it's one they'll keep him on standby if things get hairy there in the 7th. But as it stands, the Yankton offense has done its job. That actually was led by Boston Frick with that leadoff single, where they've been able to plate 2 more runs and give themselves a little bit of distance here in the top or in the bottom of the 6th.
I say in pro wrestling, you work yourself into a shoot a little bit. Played so well on offense that they might not need him to go out and pitch now.
You played too good, Boston. That's what they're saying.
Steak's too juicy and the lobster's too buttery, I guess. Too good at baseball, Boston Frick. Here's the 1-2 from Colton and Flynn. And left that one high for a ball. Make it a 2-2 count now.
Post 12 really clicking on all cylinders in this tournament. Brayden obviously 3-0 or looking towards 3-0 as they have a 4-run lead here. Can't speak too soon on that, but looking good so far and trying to complete the sweep, hopefully, if they can hold on here later tonight against Watertown, but got to get there first.
And depending on results elsewhere for Watertown, that could be a massive game tonight. It already will have implications for the Legion season. That's been the one that's circled for this post-12 crew, as Weir chops that one foul to stay alive at a 3-2 count. But that also could be the deciding game now to go to Championship Sunday as well.
Yeah, and I think as long as if Watertown can beat SMFC later today, that's going to be the scenario. It'll be a big one tonight. And then, of course, if West Fargo can get hot and win 2 games in a row here, they'll be in the mix there as well.
Another foul tip there for Christian Weir. So with the scoreline standing as it is, Josh, here is how our pool looks. If this scoreline holds and Yankton moves to 3-0, 2 teams would be eliminated from contention for Championship Sunday. Blair would fall for the second time. They'd move to 1-2. They would not be able to come back and force a tiebreaker. And also SMFC, after going 0-2 on day 1, as that one misses inside for ball 4. It's going to put Christian Weir on first base with 2 outs and 2 runners on now. So it would knock Scotland Minnow, Freeman, Canastota, and Blair out of potential for Championship Sunday, and would really put a lot of focus on the 2 West Fargo games today and that Yankton-Watertown matchup tonight.
Yeah, and of course the Watertown game before that as well. If they happen to drop a game, if Yankton wins here, that would be probably eliminate Watertown as well in that scenario. So they got to win, obviously, against SMFC later today as well.
Here's the 0-1 home. And Simon Kamshoff sends this one out to right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. They send the runner home from second base. Another run's going to score for Yankton. Got runners at the corners as Kamshoff drives in another run here for the post 12.
Yeah, and having a really good day. 3 RBIs for him, I believe, this afternoon. Been a really good day for Simon Kamshoff, getting the start at second base and hitting well.
Makes him 3 for 3 on the day as well. Runners at the corners for Brennan Gilmore, who for the first time in over 24 hours was retired in his last at-bat. He has to duck out of the way of that one for ball 1.
Retired. I'm like 60 years from that.
It'll get closer. Ground ball right side of the infield, and it is a 4-6 put out fielder's choice. Gets the runner in Simon Kamshoff. 3 runs come across home plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Yankton's got some insurance runs. Looks like Jackson Cooter will come out to finish things off. 7-2, Yankton leads heading to the 7th inning. We're back in 1 minute after this inning break, courtesy of Avera, here on KYNT, KYN-TV.
When pain or injury slows you down, waiting isn't an option. That's why Yankton Medical Clinic Orthopedic Walk-In Care is available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, right here in Yankton. No appointment is needed. Just walk in and you will be seen. It's faster access to the expert care that you deserve from doctors who live and invest in this community. We're not just your doctors, we're your neighbors. I'm Dr. Brent Adams, orthopedic surgeon with the Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team and we're here for you.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT. Yankton.
Upgrading your home? That's a big moment. A happy, feel-good, we're getting a home office moment. When it's time to renovate or relocate for your growing family, our local FNBO mortgage lenders provide the personalized experience and expert guidance to make the home financing process go smoothly. We handle the details so you can focus on making the house your home. Your mortgage moment will be memorable, and FNBO is here to get you there. Visit our nearest branch or go to fnbo.com. Equal housing lender.
Top of inning number 7. Yankton 3 outs away from moving to 3-0 in pool play for the Lewis and Clark Classic. Jackson Kudera on the mound for his 7th inning of work, looking to go the distance.
Yeah, pitching a good game here. Gave up those 2 runs in the first, and since then, absolutely nothing. And Yankton 7 unanswered on the scoreboard here against Blair, looking to go to 3-0 here in the Lewis and Clark Classic here today.
Looking at the Blair lineup, their 8-9 one-hitters due up. Colton Shear will lead things off. McBreen on deck, and then top of the order with Saylor in the hole. It's a 1-1 count now from Cooter as that one misses the zone.
Yeah, not out of the woods yet if you're Yankton. Obviously, this is one of those where you got to have a heck of an inning if you're Blair, but not impossible as that one's high for a ball. Make it 2-1 on the count.
They do have Boston Frick still over in the bullpen just in case they need him to start getting warm again as Shear fouls that one down the right field line. That's I want to say souvenir, but they usually bring those foul balls back so they can keep playing.
And once again, Kudra, you look at it here, pitching a good game. Pitch count in the mid-70s, so he's got a lot of room to work if they want him to go the whole way here. And, if they can, not that I think it would take Boston 30 pitches or so, but see if they can save that arm for a little bit, maybe tonight or tomorrow if necessary.
Another foul ball from Shear there, coming off of the ball from Kudra. So now a 3-2 count.
And nothing official, but, it's something where you look at it where Boston could start tonight. You have Beck Reichen, who hasn't pitched this weekend, Sam Goki as well, so a lot of options for Yankton there later tonight as that one's fouled off again.
A 3-2 fouled away, so another attempt at a payoff pitch. This is the third time we've had a payoff pitch in this at-bat alone. Still no payoff.
No payoff yet, and, you talk about a credit to a guy like Chase Cooley and Ryan Turner, who did a good job of eating some innings yesterday. Cooley pitched a really good game, obviously had a no-hitter as he left that game yesterday, but wanted to save him for some road games coming up this week or this next week, so decided to pull him. Pitched a really good game. Ryan Turner keeping Yankton things in as well, or keeping it in things as well in game one yesterday, so credit to those guys and being able to save some arms here as we get to the later stages of this classic.
Colton Shear did draw a walk. So Kudra will go back out of the stretch here. It's McBreen, the lefty, rounding out the batting order. Rolls back over to the top of things after this batter. It's a 1-0 count after the first pitch misses low and away for a ball. And, the sixth inning, the bottom of the sixth was a long half inning. Kudra's come out missing his spot a little bit. Might be a little cold coming out of the longer break, but it's looking similar to what we saw in the first and second inning, Josh. Not as much as we saw from third through the sixth, where he was really dialed in.
Yeah, struggling with command, and that can happen sometimes as you get deeper into the pitch count here. I said 70 pitches, which is not near the limit, but still, that's a lot to throw, especially when it's your first start of the season. So Kudra gets a strike there, though, on the foul ball.
And that foul tip put him at 80 pitches now, and when you get a chance, could I take a look at those high school stats next to you as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, looking at it here, that one's hit out into the outfield, but caught on a line there to record the first out. So I'll hand these over to you.
Just trying to see if I put how many pitches were thrown. I do. So 86 pitches in total thrown in the spring season for Jackson Kudra. And his 80th here today, or his 81st here today, is a flyout.
And I think that's going to be his last, as Coach Lawrence is taking the ball from Jackson Kudra, and they're going to turn it over to Boston Frick to get these last two outs.
But with Jackson Kudra at 81 pitches, I think that means he needs 4 days of rest. So he wouldn't be available on Tuesday, but could be available later in the week for the next slate of games to keep an eye on. But it will be Boston Frick to wrap things up. We're going to go to break for this pitching change on KYNT and KYN-TV. We're going to come back in 90 seconds for Boston Frick on the mound. We'll talk about him and his season so far. Back in 90 seconds as Yankton leads 7-2 in the Lewis and Clark Classic.
Are you on track to retire? I'm Adam Boelter, a certified financial planner with Vantage Financial, born and raised in Yankton, South Dakota. My team and I pride ourselves on building trust through clear, honest advice tailored to your unique goals. From retirement planning to smart tax strategies, we'll create a personalized plan to help you feel confident and secure about your financial future. Visit vfplanning.com or search Adam Boelter, Vantage Financial, to schedule a 15-minute call today.
Vantage Financial Partners is a registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Vantage by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Vantage has attained a particular level of skill or ability.
If you want a job where your work matters, you belong at Avera. Here, we've invested in our workforce because every Avera team member drives our health ministry forward, making a difference in lives and communities every day. We offer competitive pay, great health insurance, and even career opportunities. We're putting people first, including you. Search for local job openings and apply at avera.org/careers.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Top of inning number 7, 1 out with a runner on first, and Boston Frick,
Yep.
1 out?
1 out,
Okay.
Boston Frick on the mound.
I had 2 outs on our scoreboard for some reason.
Maybe you're predicting Boston Frick's future.
Just a mistake on my end. It's a 1-0 count, 1 out. Boston Frick looks to get the final 2 outs here. Second pitch of the day. Probably helps if I had taken that time during our break to actually change the scoreboard to Boston Frick instead of talking about the Huskers.
That's what we're doing. We're trying to get an elite running back to Nebraska. Who it is, you ask, I have no idea. We're just trying to get one. Anyone.
Please. Can you play running back? You want to come with the Scares?
And can you be elite at it? Like we need like Heisman level production. Let's do it.
It's a 3-0 count here for Boston Frick out of the bullpen. Struggling with location here to start things off to Carter Saylor. And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk to put 2 runners on.
And it's one of those, I think he threw at least 3 of those in the exact same spot. So accuracy's not the issue here, Brayden. I think it's just one that him or Boston and the umpire, John Thayer, might just disagree on that spot here today. Is once again, I think that one was thrown in that high inside corner 3 times in that at-bat.
I was looking for the similar areas, and that's just the case. It was consistently not in the zone, so that's what you want from the umpires at the end of the day. Even if you don't agree with it, you want them to be consistent. And quick conversation between Hunoff and Frick on the mound.
Yeah, not in danger yet, but all of a sudden, if Blair's able to plate a couple runs here, then you start maybe getting nervous a little bit. Yankton obviously working with a pretty decent cushion here with a 5-run lead, getting those 3 runs in the 6th, but it's still one of those. You start putting a couple on with only 1 out, you start getting nervous a little bit as Frick gets a strike on a breaking ball there.
First strike here for him after a 4-pitch walk to the first batter. This is Murray at the plate. 1 for 2 on the day for him. Frick taking his time, now fires the 0-1 home. Chopper in the infield, potential double play ball. Goki will get the lead runner at third. Won't throw across the diamond, but 2 down in the inning, and Goki, I don't realize they're not a super high-level chance at a double play, so just take the lead runner out and keep living to fight as you lead by 5 with now 2 outs.
Situational awareness there from Yankton's third baseman. He's played such a great defensive game here today. A lot of people fire that right to second or first once he's going for that double play. He recognizes the situation and gets that lead out by just running over to third.
First pitch here. That one had a little more break on it than when he was throwing to the first batter, and that one finds the zone for Boston Frick, 0-1.
Yeah, and a nice piece of work there. You could tell that Stevenson kind of turned in thinking that was going to be inside, and it just kind of dropped right into the zone for Frick.
Frick's going to step off here and reevaluate the situation. He'll toe the rubber again. 2 down, 2 runners on. Yankton 1 out away from moving to 3-0 in the Lewis and Clark Classic. The 0-1, high and tight. Stevenson ducks out of danger. If that plunked him, it would have loaded the bases.
Keep an eye out on that one. Once again, Frick coming in here trying to get this close out here, or close this one out with another out, but just 2 strikes away.
The 1-1 pitch grounded into left field for a base knock, and they are going to hold the runner from second. So the bases are going to be loaded here with 2 outs and a 5-run deficit here in the top of inning number 7. But one swing of the bat could make this a 1-run game, Josh. This is a dangerous situation for Yankton. They can't lollygag here even with a 5-run advantage.
Right, like you said, one swing of the bat really changes this game, so Frick's aware of that, and trying to avoid that as Andrew Korth comes to plate. And, of course, their cleanup hitter here, big kid, coming up to the plate. Looks like he could be able to drive one potentially.
Number 8.
Courtesy runner at first base is number 8. There's not a number 8 listed on the roster sheet, so the other 3 guys who have been listed as potential subs we've all seen. But here's a fly ball out to center field, and that's going to do it in the end. Gloved out in center for the final out today. 7-2 your final score. Yankton now 3-0 in the Lewis and Clark Classic. They control their own destiny. They win tonight over Watertown. It's guaranteed they got a spot. If a couple results go their way as well, they won't even need a win tonight. But that would require it would require Watertown to lose their first game of the day against Scotland Minnow Freeman Canastota. So we'll keep an eye on the result of that game. But Yankton in the driver's seat to make it to Championship Sunday out of the Yankton pool with a 7-2 win over Blair. Blair is eliminated from contention for Championship Sunday. With the loss, they'll take on West Fargo here in about 20 to 30 minutes at Riverside Field.
And Yankton just firing on all cylinders, right? You get down in that early 2-0 hole as Blair puts up a couple in that first inning, and then after that, Yankton was 7 unanswered, including 6 runs in the last 3 innings to take care of business here. Simon Camshaw with that 2-run RBI double to give Yankton the lead, and they did not look back. So credit to Post 12, sitting at 3-0, and once again, it appears, depending on what happens this afternoon, we'll see, but could be a potential high-stakes game with Watertown later this afternoon.
We'll go to our break, come back in a couple minutes to start your post-game report, courtesy of Mason Schramm and the Move Group. Yankton wins 7-2 over Blair in Game 3 for them of the Lewis and Clark Classic. We're back in 3 minutes with your post-game report from Riverside Field.
If you've been suffering from chronic pain or a recent injury, check us out, Lane, Reed, and Cole Sawatsky at SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab.
We offer a wide variety of treatments and techniques, including dry needling, cupping, chiropractic adjustments, and sports rehabilitation.
Our mission is to ensure an individualized and efficient treatment plan to get you back on your feet.
From ankle sprains and sports injuries to neck pain and headaches, we've got your back.
Give us a call or book an appointment on our website. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy.
Located on Summit Street across from the high school.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Rhonda Westland, right here in Yankton, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Rhonda and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Rhonda Westland, it's easy to switch and save. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's easy to fall into the weekend warrior routine. A long hike, a hard gym session, a pickup game, or a full day of yard work can feel productive until your body reminds you it hasn't been building up to that load. This is Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. Injuries often happen when the demand suddenly outpaces what your joints and muscles are prepared for. Want to stay active without the setbacks? Visit First Chiropractic Centers today with offices in Yankton, Hardington, Tyndall, and Wagner, inspiring and empowering others to healthier living.
When it comes to Medicare, you deserve local, personal help, not a call center. I'm Jen Great with Missouri River Associates, right here in your community. I'll sit down with you, answer your questions, and help you find the coverage that fits your life. Call 665-6885 to schedule your free consultation. Missouri River Associates, your hometown Medicare resource.
There's a moment in every real estate deal that matters more than the contract. It usually happens at a kitchen table. Maybe it's a young couple realizing they can actually afford their first home. Maybe it's a family deciding it is time to build something new. At the Move Group, that's the moment we work for. Not the commission, not the closing. The moment a person looks up and says, "We can do this." That's the Move Group. People before transactions. Visit themovegroup.com.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT and RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. Visit mtrcsmithinsurance.com.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN-TV. It's time for your post-game report, courtesy of Mason Schramm and the Move Group. Are you buying or selling? Move with Mason and the Move Group. We'll start things off with your post-game stat recap from Mayor Signs. Now, for all types of signs, interior and exterior signage, as well as fleet wraps and more, Mayor Signs, consider the possibilities today. They're on 4th and Broadway in Yankton. We'll start with the final stats for Blair. as they fall 7-2 in this one. Effective hitting day for them, just weren't able to drive many runs across. They had 9 hits as a team. Saylor goes 1 for 3 with a run scored. Murray goes 1 for 3 with a run. Stevenson 3 for 4. Korth goes 2 for 4. And then Shear and McBreen both get a hit, with Shear drawing a walk as well. On the mound, Hans Sorensen gets credit with the loss. 5 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 7 runs, only 3 of them earned. 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. Flynn comes in for the final 2/3 of an inning, gives up 1 hit and issues 1 walk. For Yankton, your final stats today, 10 hits as a team. Sam Goki went 0 for on the day, but did score a run and drive in a run. He reached base on an error and came around to score. Easton Fieser went 1 for 3 with 2 runs and an RBI. But the big hitters came through in the middle of the lineup. Liam Villanueva, batting cleanup today. He went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Christian Weir went 1 for 2 with a run scored. Simon Kamshoff went 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs. Brennan Gilmore got a hit, an RBI, and a walk on the day. Caden Hunoff goes 1 for 3. Boston Frick goes 1 for 3. 10 hits as a team, 7 runs, 4 walks drawn by Yankton in this one. Carter Boomsma got a stolen base as well. Start things off with your players of the game real quick. Your offensive player of the game from Hy-Vee, where there is a helpful smile in every aisle. It's hard not to give it to Simon Kamshoff. This was an exceptional day from him. Feels like every time he was able to keep his eye on the ball, he barreled it up well. Finished the day 3 for 3, drove in 4 runs, led Yankton in total bases with 4. Fantastic day for Simon Kamshoff today, your offensive player of the game. Defensive player of the game, courtesy of Olson's Pest Technicians, your residential commercial pest control solution. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. That today is going to go to the third baseman, Sam Goki. Made a couple good plays over there. Still remember early on in the game, diving to his left, getting a good throw across the diamond, and a good stretch at first from Liam Villanueva to get the out as well. Your H&H Roofing hustler of the game. H&H Roofing has got you covered. Simon Kamshoff led the team in total bases, but he already got your offensive player of the game, so we'll give it to the guy who's got 1 steal today in Carter Boomsma, able to come in and run very well as per the rules with Boomsma. It's your stat recap, courtesy of Mayor Signs, and your players of the game, courtesy of Hy-Vee, Olson's Pest Technicians, and H&H Roofing. We now welcome in the head coach of Yankton Post 12, Drew Lawrence, for your post-game coach interview from Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. And Coach Lawrence, the middle of your order today really got things going. Liam Villanueva and Simon Kamshoff, they combined 5 hits on 7 at-bats, 2 runs scored, and 4 RBIs between the two of them.
Yep, they did a good job. They really hit the ball well. They saw the ball well. They had good approaches. When they got down in the count, they changed their approach and put the ball in play, and it worked out. And the guys, I mean, we bunted really well today. We moved runners over. We played small ball effectively, which is what we need to do in order to be successful. So at the plate and in the box, we had a really good game.
Jackson Kudera got the start on the mound, and definitely his heaviest workload. I think he threw just under 90 pitches total in the spring season, and then here he threw 81 today in this start. And after giving up a couple in the first inning, really settled in, gave up a couple hits, but nothing really major to end up in run scoring.
No, he did a really good job. And like you said, he didn't throw a lot of innings this spring, just to the way that it's set up as far as the scheduling goes. And I kept talking to him afterwards. You know, the only reason we probably got up as high as we did was because he didn't really have any stressful innings. The first one a little bit, but other than that, the innings weren't stressful at all. They were pretty quick. He didn't have any long innings like where he was throwing a lot of pitches. So it was 80 pitches or 81 or whatever you said, but it was very stress-free 81, and that makes a difference, which is why he was able to go so long. And he probably could have finished the game, but you know, we got to that around 80, and we thought that was enough. So. And
Boston Frick obviously comes in, gets the final 2 outs. Not a save situation for him with you guys up 5, but still shuts the door on guys. And he should be he was under all the pitch marks that he needs to be, so he's available for tonight or tomorrow or whatever you might need.
Yep, he'll be available. I mean, we have a couple of relievers tonight if we need it, and if we need it tomorrow, we'll have Boston. But you know, we're also looking ahead, right? We're looking ahead to Tuesday a little bit, just because we got to line up our pitching to make sure that we have our guys available for when we play our in-state game against Aberdeen that count towards PowerPoint. So it's a fun little game you get to play with figuring out who's pitching, who can't pitch, how many pitches they can pitch. But then it also gives guys opportunities who haven't pitched this spring to go out there and be able to throw. It's fun. I really enjoy these tournaments, the way that we do it, with that philosophy, and it gives kids opportunities, and kids enjoy it.
with the win here over Blair. You guys really put yourself in the driver's seat tonight. You don't technically even need a win tonight to move on. If Watertown falls to Scotland, Minnow, Freeman, Canastota, I believe that secures you guys a spot because you'd have the head-to-head over West Fargo no matter what happens in their games. But obviously, counts to the power points tonight as well against Watertown. So you got a big matchup with Post 17 this evening.
Yeah, I mean, this is to us, this is probably the most important game, the next one. More important than what it would be for tomorrow. We got to make sure we go get this one. It's going to be two really good pitchers going against each other. Goki against McClemens again. So we'll be able to see McClemens again for the third time this year, and he's a really good pitcher, and they're a good team. They're a really good team. So we're going at it like tonight's the championship for us.
Should be a lot of fun tonight. It'll be Josh Boelter and Tel Tanner on the call for you this evening for that one, and well, they'll talk to you after tonight's game. Congratulations, going 3-0 to start things off in the Lewis and Clark Classic. Good luck tonight against Watertown.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Head coach Drew Lawrence of Yankton Post 12 here on KYNT and KYN TV. We're going to go to break, come back in 1 minute, and wrap things up here from Riverside Field.
Does anyone in your family have macular degeneration? At Vision Care Associates, we are dedicated to delivering the highest standard of eye care, utilizing the latest medical advancements to protect and improve your vision. That's why we offer ZX Pro, a new technology that measures the risk for macular degeneration. ZX Pro is a test used to assess macular health before signs of macular degeneration even begin. Be proactive and schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
From sprains to fractures, getting the right care quickly makes all the difference. That's why we offer Yankton Medical Clinic orthopedic walk-in care, weekdays from 8 to 5. Walk in and be seen, no appointment needed. It's expert care, faster access, and a team that's part of your community. Because here, you're more than a patient, you're our neighbor. I'm Dr. Benjamin Lancaster, orthopedic surgeon with Yankton Medical Clinic. I'm proud to call Yankton home. We're your orthopedic team, and we're here for you.
Welcome back here on KYNT and KYN TV for one final time in your post-game report, courtesy of Yankton, of the Move Group. You buying or selling, move with Mason and the Move Group. 7-2 year final. Yankton gets the win over Blair. They move to 3-0 in the Lewis and Clark Classic. Big game tonight against Watertown. That's your schedule preview from Parker Hannafin. This one will count towards the Legion Baseball power points for Yankton. If they play Watertown again tomorrow, actually, no, they couldn't play Watertown again tomorrow because they're in the same pool. Never mind. I was going to say if they met again tomorrow, if they meet one of the Sioux Falls schools, East or West, tomorrow in the championship, those won't count because those weren't scheduled games. They'd be considered added games as part of the tournament. So this is the one that counts towards the power points tonight for Yankton. Big matchup with Watertown, a team that got the better of them in the state semifinals in the Class A high school season. So it's a big moment tonight to see who can come out on top from Yankton. Big thank you to Josh Boelter today for calling this game with me. He'll be back on the broadcast tonight alongside Tel Tanner here from Riverside Field for Yankton against Watertown. Big thank you to our sponsors, and of course you, the listener. Without you, this broadcast is not possible. Out-of-town scoreboard from Top Notch Window Cleaners. Don't have any scores, but a lot of games going on around the Lewis and Clark Classic. 4 pools still in action today: Yankton, Vermilion, Hardington, and Crofton. Until later tonight when Yankton takes on Watertown, and we're going to wrap it up here from KYNT and KYN TV. Until then, stay safe, be good people, have a great night, everybody. We'll be back on KYNT in about 6 hours for Yankton against Watertown.